Hey, what's up? How y'all doing? Good morning. Thank y'all for waiting for me, okay? I told y'all I was in a Zoom meeting. I had to get my business taken care of, all right? So we got off a little earlier, so I said, let me go on and hop on, child, so we can get these people their news I know they can use. How y'all doing? Good morning. Good morning. Y'all like the sunset, child? Let me lay back on the beach. Oh, all right. Whoo, child. I need to lay back on the beach. Child, today is going to be a busy day for your girl. But, hey, we're going to do what we got to do. Hold on. One more time. Okay. Oh, I had to lay back in the waves, child. Thank y'all for being here. Good morning. Let's see who we got in here. I see 89 of y'all up in here so far. Cheryl Hall is first. Hey, good morning, ma'am. Good morning. Mary Giles is here. My Mod True TV podcast is in the building. Arthretha Johnson. Good morning, ma'am. Good morning. Let's see what she said. She wrote a long message. Let's see. Good morning, Caramel and everyone. Said happy Tuesday. I finally caught the live. Yes, girl, you here. Says that I am up and ready for the hot piping tea. Spill the hot tea. Said let's go. Sip, sip. I enjoy every morning. Yes, honey. Thank you for being here. Okay. Thank you for being here. Greatness, love. I see you in the building. Bridget J is in the building. Rose Armstead, my other mod, is here. Denise Slay is here. Good morning. Sheila Washington. Good morning. Cynthia Williams. Mary Giles, I said, but good morning again. Delilah T. Good morning. Vicky B. Good morning. Deborah Banks. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Big State. Good morning. Truth TV Podcast. Good morning, Erica Butler. Good morning. Good morning, Amber Shelby. Good morning. Leslie Salmon. Good morning, SD Warren. Good morning. Good morning, Sunny Days. Good morning, Lisa D. Good morning, Valeria Rayleigh. Did I say it right? Valeria Rayleigh. I hope I said that right. Y'all know I'll be messing people's name up. Please don't charge it to me, child. Erica Rogers, good morning. Jamelia Ward, good morning. Marion's Favorites, I see you in the building. Good morning. Annette Holden, good morning. Darling Mungum, Cheryl Williams, Carletta Passmore, Miss Pruitt, Audrey Williams again. Love is here. Maria Perry, Darling Mungum again. Felicia, Lisa's World, Tanasha Harris, good morning. Miss Key 100, Miss Kia 100. Okay, thank you for being here. Yvette McCovery is in the building. Sweet Essence is here. Good morning, Ronnie. Good morning, Alicia Murray is here. Good morning, Pisces 1967. Tiffany Thompson is here. Or Thomas, I'm sorry, Tiffany Thomas. Tiffany Thomas is here. Y'all forgive me, child. Crafting with Your Flamboyant Creator is here. Yvette McCovery is here. Montana Escobar is here. Miss Honey B is in the building. Adrian Wiley is here. Joyce McLean is here. Teresa West is here. Pisces Queen is here. Adrian Wiley is here. Nadine Flight is here. Alicia Murray again. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. We got 161 watching. 161 watching. 161 watching. Thank y'all for being here. All right. Yes, so let's get into the show. Everything said in the video is alleged and in my opinion and is used for fair use and entertainment. Guys, please don't forget to hit the like button, okay, so we can push these videos out into the algorithm. I appreciate you all being here. Vera Dockery, I see you, ma'am, okay? I see you. Alice Smith, I see you, okay? Yes, we want to keep these videos pushed out into the algorithm. In order to do that, we need to hit that like button, okay? I appreciate you all being here. You all welcome, all right, to be here in the chat as well. But let's do our due diligence and hit the like. We have 91 likes and we have 161 watching. Can we get the likes up just a little bit more? All right. Let's do a jam session before we get into the tea. Come on. Get the like button on. Let's go. Y'all turn on over the light, but this early morning jam session. Yes. Y'all know the show gonna be good. I give y'all a gift for every morning. Tyrie, look. Update. Get an update. One thirty. Take that. Everybody thank him, man. Who twerk? Hey. Yes, 137. All right, it's going up. Thank you guys. Let's get into our show. Honey. Good morning and good morning. Y'all know we like to get our politics out the way before we get into the mess of the mess. Y'all still twerking? Hey, I see you, sweet essence. Get your twerk on. I ain't mad at it. Okay, let's get into our show. All right, so our Representative Sri Thalander files a 7 article of impeachment against Trump, y'all. Hallelujah. Ooh, child, that deserves a praise break right there. Accuses him of tyranny, bribery, and abuse of power and unlawful moves with Elon Musk. I agree with all that. I mean, yeah. Where I sign it. Shit. Let me sign. All right, so let's get into what it's saying here. And according to ABC News, the Representative Sri Thalander, if that's how you say it, has formally introduced 7 articles of impeachment against Trump, accusing him of violating the Constitution, committing acts of tyranny, and abusing his power as the president, as he always damn do. Okay. Now, in a lengthy 29-page document, Thalander listed 7 articles accusing Trump of obstruction of justice and abuse of executive power, usurping, okay, of appropriations powers, abuse of trade powers and international aggression, violation of the First Amendment rights, creation of an unlawful office with the DOGE, bribery and tyranny. Okay, said that the Michigan representative laid out his argument alleging that Trump imposed unlawful tariffs on foreign nations, causing a sharp decline in the U.S. economy. He also cited that Trump's recent intimidation tactics towards Gaza, Canada, and Mexico as evidence of abuse of trade power and intentional aggression. Ooh, child. Now, Thalander accused Trump of unlawfully seizing Congress' power of appropriate funds, violating the Constitution, stating that he has signed numerous executive orders directing agencies to withhold funds appropriated by Congress. Now, Trump is also accused of obstructing justice by directing permitting his subordinates at the Department of Justice to violate their oaths. He also claims that Trump dismissed fraud and bribery charges against Mayor Eric Adams in exchange for political favors, and cites Trump's removal of Kilmer Armando Abrigo of El Salvador despite a court order prohibiting him to do so. Now, Thalander, also claims that the creation of Dodge was unlawful, arguing that Trump granted Elon Musk powers without complying with the constitutional requirement that U.S. officers must swear an oath to support the Constitution. I agree with that. Because he was like, look, you my buddy, come on in here. Okay, now, yeah, I agree with all of that. Now, it says, on top of that, the Thalander alleges that Trump engaged in rug pull and pump and dump, child, cryptocurrency schemes, and accepted nearly $1 million in free legal services for personal benefit. Oh, y'all know he is a felon now. You know we do have a felon running the country, so I don't put none of this past him. Am I surprised? Hell no. Now, lastly, Thalander's accusations of tyranny, stems from claims that Trump violated citizens' free speech rights and undermined the system of checks and balances by hoarding powers for himself. Woo, child, that's a lot, okay? Ooh, that's a lot, okay? Hey, listen, child, he done comb his hair to the side. He done put a little lot of body up in there, girl. He done put a little, I don't know what the hell he put in his hair, child, but that order sound good. He done came through that, child, with his hair like this, him. Baby, he looked like he was standing in a tornado, but that order sound good, okay? I love that hair. Oh, your hair look good. All right, so as you guys can see, child, that's a whole resolution, and you can see where it's Sri Thalander, child, where he filed 119th Congress first session, okay? Impeaching Donald John Trump, child, president of the United States for high citizens of what is that? Misdemeanors, child. Oh, child. So that was filed on yesterday, okay? April the 28th, all right? So the articles of impeachment was filed on yesterday, child, against Donald John Trump, child, okay? That's y'all president. Ooh, child. Somebody said wig on wig violence. I cannot. That hair is sending me, though. Let me go back, child. Baby, you looking like a distressed grandmama in this video, in this picture right here, though. Wig is giving Easter. Wig is giving Easter wig, all right? But you went out here and did what you had to do with your good old Easter wig comb to the side over there, all right? With a, you know, tried to do some baby hair there. That didn't work out. But you just like, shit, I'm going to fan that shit to the front. And we're going to come do a little comb over, okay? With a little imaginary part right here. Child. But we'll take the impeachment, though. I'm here for the impeachment, all right? The hair is just not, the hair ain't giving what it needs to give. But that impeachment is all of that. All right, we'll take it. All right, let's move on while we're still talking about Trump, child. Ugh, let's get him out of the way. Y'all know that hair is a mess. That hair is a hot damn mess. All right, let's get into it, child. Now, Shadur Sanders, they said that would still be without an NFL home if it weren't for Trump, child. NFL draft temper tantrum. At least that's what the White House press secretary is saying. Let's get into it. Because obviously they're trying to give all the credit to Trump for Shadur Sanders getting signed. And I said it and I keep saying it. I feel like they were just waiting it out to the end. They were going to sign him, but they were going to let him sweat it out because he was a little cocky. And they said his dad was a little cocky. So they were like, look, we're going to show you. And we're going to sign you to the damn same team that you said that you would never allow your son to be signed to. So they knew what they were doing. But Trump is trying to take the credit for that since he put a post out saying that it's messed up that they did not get him in the first round draft pick. Okay, let's play it, child.
After the president's Truth Social post, the Browns finally took Shadur Sanders. Does the president think he deserves credit for Sanders getting picked? And does he think going to the Browns is better than being undrafted?
Hey, all I will say is the president put out a statement, and a few rounds later he was drafted. So I think the facts speak for themselves on that one, Peter.
After the president's Truth Social post, the Browns finally took Shadur Sanders. Does the president think he deserves credit for Sanders getting picked? And does he think going to the Browns is better than being undrafted?
Hey, all I will say is the president put out a statement, and a few rounds later he was drafted. So I think the facts speak for themselves on that one, Peter.
It could have been a coincidence. Like, I really don't think that the NFL was checking for nothing Trump was saying in relation to him making a post about no Shadur Sanders being drafted. I feel like they already made up their mind they were going to get him. He's good. They were going to sign him. He was going to be signed. They were just waiting him out. They were making him sweat a little bit. That's all they were doing. Oh, that was a good snatch up. He's a good snatch up. If you guys have never seen him play, he's trained by the best. His damn daddy, who was also great in the NFL as well. So let's not act like it was a haphazard event and post by Trump child that made them say, oh, Trump put a post out. Let's go ahead and get no. They got him and they got his brother Shiloh. So, yeah, that was meant to be, but it ain't have shit to do with Trump. It ain't have shit to do with Trump or his damn raggedy ass comb over. But sit your ass down somewhere. Sit down somewhere. All right, somebody who I'm glad ain't sitting down nowhere, child. She is up and she is stuck, child. She is doing what her mama taught her to do, and I love her, okay? Now, when she first came out on the scene, she was a little shy. But she's grown up before our very eyes, okay? Blue Ivy Carter out here, okay? Beyonce and Jay-Z's little girl is out here serving the girls on stage with her mama on tour. Now, y'all know Beyonce is out here on tour, child, with the, little country western tour that she's on out here, okay? And her daughter, both her daughters, okay? I'm going to show y'all a video of both her daughters. But Blue Ivy is serving the girls. Like, Blue Ivy has come out of her shell. Y'all know when she first went on tour, her mom, like her dance moves are like really like, she was unsure of herself. She was like this. People were like, what's wrong with her, child? Girl, you better put your back into it, girl. You better pop it a little bit. So she got up there like this right here. But girl, now she's like, like she is serving. I was like, who is this? And she's beautiful. She's grown up to be beautiful. She looked just like Beyonce. She was just like Beyonce. Look at her down here with a little makeup on. I was like, But come on in here. All right, but let's get into it, girl. Let's look at her. Beyonce and Blue Ivy, honey, light up the stage together. She gonna be great, just like because she got it. You can tell. Now I don't know what her singing sound like. Okay, I don't know what that singing sound like, but that dancing, she might be a great dancer because she's serving out here. Let's get into it. Okay, we can't play the music, but baby, she getting it. It's her right here. Get it, girl. Get it, Blue. Hey, pop it. Come on. Blue is killing the game. You hear me? Look at Blue. Hey. And pose. Yes, honey. Look at Blue, y'all. You better give it, Blue. Come on, Blue. Hey. Hey. Come on, Blue. Yes, honey. What? Okay. She is doing it. I am so glad to see she came out of her shell, because I'm telling you, baby, when she first came on the stage, I said, okay, she pretty, but I need, girl, you got Beyonce songs, honey. You see them background dancers. Beyonce do not play with her background dancers. Like when they get on stage, they got to give it. And I'm hearing that she goes back and she watches her shows, and if they not giving it on the show, they not going to be on tour with her. She don't play that, and she pay them well. And she treat her backup dancers and her staff well. So if they're on tour with her, trust and believe they're supposed to be there. And she go back and she watch and she critique her videos from her shows to see who is out there not doing what they're supposed to do. Okay. And it's no different from her daughter. She didn't have to tell Blue, all right, baby, you cute now. You need to get your ass up there and you better pop, lock, and drop, bitch. You better listen. And baby, when I tell you she understood the assignment, do you understand me? Baby, she is doing it, okay? She looks a little more poised and she looks a little more comfortable on stage. She's like, I don't give a damn about all these thousands of people that mama done brought to the stadium. Baby, I'm about to get out here and I'm about to get my shine on. Okay, look at her. Know every move and everything. Come on, Blue. Mama done pulled you out of school to serve the people out here. Okay, I ain't mad at it. So shout out to Blue Ivy, honey, for growing up with her mama out here doing the damn thing. Okay. What's the other video I want to show? Hold on. I know you lying, Caramel. Hold on, y'all. I'm fussing myself out this morning. How the hell I forget to put the other video up? Child. All right, hold on. We got it. The devil is a lie. Hold on. The devil is a whole lie in here today. Oh, there she go. All right, so let's get the other little cutie up here, honey. Little Rummy Carter, honey. Little Rummy Carter said, honey. Blue, you gonna get up there and do your thing, and now I gotta do my thing. Now I gotta do my thing. Okay. Let's let her get up here, child. Now this is a little Rummy Carter. She got a little, little attitude. She got a little personality. Okay, if you guys watch her, I be following little videos from them. She got a little, little personality. When you see her, she's like, So if you guys watched the last tour that Beyonce was in, she was in the stands in the stadium with Blue Ivy while Beyonce was on tour, and she too was like doing the dance moves. So it's it's no coincidence that her mom actually brought her on stage this time to perform with her. Okay. Rummy looked just like Jay-Z with some damn ponytails. Well, it's a nice mixture of the both of them, but more so like Jay-Z with some damn ponytails. So let's get into Rummy. Okay. No music though. Look at her. She's so damn happy to be on stage. Look at her. Like, hi fans. Hi. Let me get back to my dancing, girl. Yes, honey, give it. And right behind her is Blue, okay? See Blue right behind her? She's like, Mommy, thank you for letting me be up here. Oh my God. Oh my God, they love me. Yes, they love me. They love me. She's like, bye. She's so damn glad to be up there. Look at her. Blue and Beyonce is like, all right now. Come on, get up here and do what I taught you now. Get up here and do what we taught you. Put your hands up. All right, do your thing now. She's so damn happy to be up there. I think she's overwhelmed with the amount of love she's getting from the crowd. Like, I think it's overwhelming for her being on stage, and they're like, hey, oh my God, she's so cute. They're like, hey. So she's trying to wave at them and still trying to do her little dance moves and stuff. It's so cute. So shout out to Rumi because she gonna be the next Blue Carter up there. Okay, she gonna be doing them dance moves too. Child, look at her. See, that's how it start. You got to get them young. You got to get them young. See how comfortable Blue is back there. Cause she used to be stage fright. She used to have stage fright too. So she done grew up, child. And look at her. She like, oh, I ain't standing behind you no more, mama. Let me get up here. Let the people see me too. Okay. She's so damn happy. Look at her. She's jumping up and down. She's so giddy. Yes, honey. So shout out to the little Carter kids, okay? And Beyonce is on tour, so y'all get them high ass tickets, child, and get on up there and support, and go broke, child. Support and go broke and go see Beyonce. All right, no shade. I got all your albums, girl. I'm gonna cut them on right here in the house and dance right there in my living room, Lord. All for the low price of $0, Lord. Hallelujah. All right, so let's get on into the show. All right, Claudia Jordan, child. Now, I don't like this about Claudia. Claudia, you're coming off as a mean girl. I feel like you mad because our Fox Soul ain't on the show no more, ain't on the air no more. So you over here on Carlos King's show just giving out your bitterness and your ugliness, and you being a damn mean girl and a damn hater. So she done read down Britt Edie and done talked about everything on her body. I keep saying, why do other women, okay, why do other women have to chop somebody's looks down in that way? Like what you that tells me that you studied this person. Now it says that Claudia Jordan calls out Britt Edie, her botched BBL, botched nose job, botched veneers, and a botched personality. And what kind of personality you got? Somebody could say you got botched feet out here with all them fucking corns you got across the top of them mugs. Okay, your weave be busted. We can talk about that. And you don't always know how to dress, and you can't keep a man. See how I just did that in 2 seconds? Girl, Claudia is a mean girl. Girl, who hurt you? Who hurt you, girl? Damn. I always say for another woman to be able to read another woman down and just like comfort her looks, like every single thing about her, like you literally studied said person. What other woman is studying another woman like that unless they might want her or something? Damn. Ugh. I ain't never seen no shit like that. You can tell her everything about her features. That means you done probably screenshotted her picture and then sat there and studied it. Then sat there and looked at it like, yeah, her teeth messed up. Yeah, her veneers too big. Yeah, her eyes is this. Her hair is this. Okay, you done looked at everything about her. Child, get over it. Let's get into what she had to say, because you know she's joined Carlos over there on Messy Monday, since Heavenly said she don't want to be breaking up no families, but she rather break up families on her YouTube channel over there. So she don't want to do it on Carlos' platform. She want to go over there on her YouTube channel and talk about other people's marriages and stuff going on with them. But we can't get her to talk about her life. But let's get into this, okay?
My answer to that is she doesn't have the emotional intelligence to do any of those things you said. She doesn't. She's a one-trick pony. She has no depth to her. And wait, if she does, she refuses to show us. So even if there were some of us that wanted to take a second look at her, there's nothing there. You're angry every single episode. You're easily triggered. You want to call other people victims, but you're the queen of all victimhood. And everything is because everything that went bad for you in your life is because you're so beautiful and everyone's jealous of you. I don't see it that way. I don't see that. There's plenty of beautiful women that have lots of girlfriends in their lives. If you don't believe me, take a look at my Instagram page and see all the beautiful friends that I hang with. Every one of those girls are girls. You're not a girl's girl. The only time you bond with other women, Britt, is when they're being mean. Like you at that table when they were like everyone was coming for Angela, you jumped in, you was all into it, and the way your eyes lit up, that's all you have. Your depth is a botched BBL, botched 2 big veneers, a botched nose job, and a botched personality, a lack of. And y'all can be mad at me in the comments. Do not take it out on Dustin and Carlos because they did not say it. I said it.
I ain't reading that shit no way. So you know me. I don't give a fuck.
Well, you know, and they're like, oh, you hate her. I don't hate her, but she's very obnoxious to me. And she got an opportunity of a lifetime, right? And did not take the opportunity seriously. Like even with all her flaws, which we all have flaws, we could have loved her through them had she had chosen a different approach. And we would be like, leave her alone. That booty job ain't that bad. It's kind of cute. You know, the ant look is coming back. I don't know. Or big teeth are cute. I don't know. Whatever. Or I don't know. Nasally sounds, they're sexy. But because
I did say that was her quirk. Remember the nasally.
But because you're doing all this other fuck shit, it's everything else about you that's annoying is like, it's going to be, it's force multiply. Okay. You are dropping the ball. Show us your relationship with your husband. Talk about.
Show us a relationship with your husband. I ain't never seen you with no man that you stayed with. You on one show, or a reality show, with a relationship, and he treated you like shit the entire season of the show. We don't see you with no man because you can't keep a man. It's something about you when you can't keep a man, but you can talk about somebody else who has a man, or have a man who have a man. Okay. Yeah. We don't ever see you with no man, Claudia, ever. I don't never see you with no man. You be around a lot of women. I don't never see you with no man. And the one time we did, like I said, he was treating you like crap. You were on the show crying because he didn't want to spend time with you. But you could do a rundown of what somebody else needs to do with their man and what they need to give and show when you've shown nothing but being a mean girl and a low-key hater of other women who doing some shit that you ain't doing. At least she on a show. You on YouTube. She is on Bravo. Get into that shit. The fuck? She is on Bravo getting Bravo chicks while you sitting over there with Carlos and his bald-headed ass on YouTube. He probably not even paying you. He ain't paying you no money. He damn sure ain't paying you no attention while you sit there and look stupid on his show. Girl, bye. Claudia comes off as a mean girl. Like, you not a girl's girl either, because it like everywhere they put you, you were the same way on Real Housewives of Atlanta. You couldn't get along with Nene. Nene bothered you so bad. Okay. You were trying to come for Phaedra, like you find fault in everybody else, like you are without fault, love. Like you really need to dial it down. You be on 10, we need you on 2. You be here with it, we need you here with it. The hell? Oh, she irks my soul sometimes, okay? And Carlos just sit back and let it happen. This is your show. You could say, okay, whoa, that's enough now. Now that's enough. Because what she says on your platform is a representation of you. People are going to attack you for what's being said. You know, over there on Carlos King's show, he's allowing Claudia to go off on Brie. Yes, and I get it. That the reason why Claudia is going in like she is because she is friends with Kenya Moore. She's upset because Kenya's no longer on the show. But you gotta let Kenya take accountability for the shit she did. She should not have put those pictures up there. Had she not put those pictures up there, she would probably be still on the show. Now, it's up to Bravo and NBC Universal if they want to take Britt Edie down. If they choose not to do so because they don't feel like she violated in any type of way, guess what? Stay your ass up out of it. Because word on the street is you was on the show and you ain't there no more either. So that same energy that you're trying to use for somebody else, baby, apply it to yourself. Apply it to yourself. I get so tired of people trying to find fault in everybody else, and it always skip you when it comes to you. You have some flaws too. You sitting over there sweating, going off on Britt Edie. She ain't even thinking about you. Like, this is the second messy Monday that Claudia has gone off on Britt Edie. Like, you keep Britt Edie in your mouth like you keep dicks, girl. Like, seriously, move around. Move around. Okay? She get on my nerves. She really get on my nerves. She do. You talk more about Britt Edie than her man. And that's cringe. That's very cringe. But let's move on. Because I don't care no more. All right. So imagine, child, somebody calling you fat and you got to call the police, child. I said, that is not a crime. That is not a crime. Girl. Okay. So this woman, child, Ashley Monique, she was called a fat ass by a kid that was walking by in her neighborhood, and she calls the police and calls the child's mother as well. Are we really calling police because somebody called us fat? Are we really doing that? Like, they have other crimes that they can be focusing on. People are unalive. People are breaking in stores. There are shoplifters out there. There are accidents that need to be attended to. I mean, you name it. But you standing outside and a kid walk by and call you a fat ass. So now we gonna 911 that. So they said that the struggling food truck owner we posted last week says that the one who came for Carmelo Anthony's family, see, she had a lot to say. I probably should have put that, because she was doing too much. I may have to find that video and put it up. We're going to do that probably for the pop in. And I'm going to revisit. I'm going to spin the block on this situation too. Says that apparently says that a kid walked past her open door today and allegedly called her a fat ass. Says it loud enough for her to hear. Said Ashley got heated and she called out the child's mother, and says that she had to call the police because those kids are going to end up on an RIP t-shirt. For what? Calling you fat? Is it their fault that you eating up all the food on your food truck? You eating everybody order before they can get it? Ooh, that was mean. Says that now, sis, it said for someone who always bragging about having money, why are you still in the hood getting roasted by 10-year-olds? Damn. So this is the same person who has something smart to say about the young man, the 17-year-old Carmelo Anthony, who starved another 17-year-old. All right, she was talking some real nasty stuff about her parent, about his parents and all of that. I was just like, girl, like that's giving a little too much. You're doing too much right now. Like I need you to dial it back. She's being real disrespectful. Saying that he did not deserve to be bonded out, and you out here unaliving people, you need to sit in jail, and the judge was wrong for giving you a bail. And I was like, girl, like you are an embarrassment to the Black human race out here. Like anybody watching this situation, obviously you didn't read up on what happened, because you real wrong about why this young man should be sitting in jail. No, he should not. This young man was bullied repeatedly and took up for himself against two big boys, twins, that came and continuously harassed this boy, snatched his phone out of his hand, stomped his phone, and proceeded to put their hands on him and fight him. This young man was fighting for his life, and you sit your triple whopper eating ass up here talking about some he shouldn't be getting out on no bail and the judge was wrong for that. No, you wrong for eating as much as you do. You wrong for standing in front of the door and calling 911 because a 10-year-old tell you about yourself when you had so much to say about somebody else. Like what's good for the goose is good for the damn gander. Like damn. Was he wrong? And I don't want to be calling somebody fat or nothing. Shit, Cameron used to be a little chunky too. But bottom line is, damn, girl, get your life. Get your life. What be wrong with our people? I cannot stand when our people see our people be mistreated, and then you go with the other side in terms of, oh yeah, that shit wrong. His ass deserved to be in jail. No, the fuck he does not. I done sat here and read the whole autopsy and everything of the other young man in terms of what he had in his system. He was lit when he came up in that boy's face. And the fact that they had already jumped him before. So I'm not going to say he didn't have a choice, because everybody have a choice in terms of what they do and how they react. But it boils me when I see our people speaking out of turn and not taking up for our own. Like if we don't look out for us, who will? Again, if we don't look out for our own people and speak up for our own people, who will? Because the family is already being harassed like hell. So they don't need another one of us talking shit too. Girl. Ooh, girl. Please go get on the treadmill and shut the fuck up. All right. That's all I got to say about her. Please, girl, go get on the treadmill and shut up. All right. Now I'm going to spin the block on this. Because I got to show y'all what she said on my pop-in when I come back. So y'all can connect the dots, okay? Because she was mad disrespectful. I was like, I know your buffet eating ass did not say that, baby. I know you didn't go there. All right, but we're going to clear it up. All right, we're going to spin the block. All right, so let's get into Terrence Howard, child, because Terrence Howard is letting the people know what he will not be putting up with. Now, we already know he up and read Diddy down and let Diddy know, baby, you will not get these cheeks, baby. You will not be getting these damn cheeks. All right, because he said that Diddy called him over there talking about he wanted some acting. He wanted him to be his acting coach, and got there, and Diddy was staring him down and looking into them pretty brown eyes, child, like mint condition said, and said, baby, he had to let him know, hell no, you won't go between these cheeks. The hell you won't. So Terrence Howard says that he turned down the Marvin Gaye role over rumors about the singer's asexuality. He says that I don't fake it. So he was asked to kiss another man in the movie, and of course he declined. We already heard him say that he's turned down plenty of roles because he refuses to give up his manhood or his integrity to be in a movie for $1. I respect that. Because we see a lot of our men in Hollywood doing that. They said if you want to be, and Cat Williams said it best when he said a lot of these men, if they want to be famous, if they want to be well known and get the bigger check, then they have to compromise. Okay, Cedric the Entertainer, he said these men out here putting on dresses in order to be that dude in Hollywood. Okay, we've seen the Wayans brothers do it. Okay, we've seen Martin do it with Big Mama. We see Tyler Perry doing it. We've seen Cedric the Entertainer's done it. We've seen several other actors out here putting on dresses and presenting themselves as the opposite sex out here in order to gain, I guess, notoriety in Hollywood and to be able to get certain roles. Yeah, we see some of them kissing men and all that. Will Smith, we saw him out here on the role that he played and he kissed a man in the mouth. I was like, damn. I mean, oh my God, Eddie Murphy too, Ricky Smiley too. Yeah, y'all can put them in the chat. Y'all can put them in the chat. Like, don't compromise your integrity. That's something that I love about Terrence Howard. He said, I shall not be moved. Okay, I will not give up my integrity over a check. So let's get into what he had to say. All right, because he was up to play this role for Marvin Gaye, but then something was going on with Marvin Gaye that people did not know about his asexuality in terms of maybe he might have been gay behind the scenes or whatnot. But he was saying, I'm not going to play that role because that's not who I am. That's not what I represent. Okay, so I still got to be Terrence Howard after this movie play, and I just don't see myself. All right, so let's get into it.
The way you are like this generation's Billy D. Williams. I told you that once at a party. I said you should play his son in a movie. I was with Kid from Kid and Play.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, I'm like,
and I said, I don't know. We were high. And
we were high because this whole time I've been waiting to fucking meet you.
No, but we didn't.
And I'm like, damn, I met you and I don't even.
And we both bum rushed you with this great idea that you should play Billy D. Williams' son. But it was at the time a great idea. And Billy D. Williams was here. And, you know, he's 80 and he's still fucking cool.
Yeah.
And you look like you could be his kid.
The biggest mistake I made in my career was Smokey Robinson brought me out to come have dinner with him, and he wanted me to play his life. And I just had conversations with Lee Daniels about playing Marvin Gaye, and I was like being faithful to Lee Daniels because I had given my word as a man. I'm going to do.
You. By the way, you are like this generation.
Do this with you. So when Smokey, I had to tell them at the table, and it broke his heart. That was the biggest mistake. And Billy D would have been one of the other people that would have, man.
So you did which movie?
I didn't. Lee Daniels never did Marvin Gaye.
That's a shame because that is a much more
Smokey
interesting
would have been
stuff.
perfect.
Well, Smokey's interesting, but
he went through shit.
Yeah, but he's not dead.
No, he's not.
And Marvin Gaye is. And I'm sorry, but drama's drama. And there's a lot more drama in getting killed by your dad.
Yeah, but the problem with
that's a story. I'm sorry to be the studio head who says that. But no, that's much more interesting. And Marvin Gaye was like, you would have been perfect as Marvin Gaye. And that is a story that needs to be told.
I will let you know what happened with that. I was over at Quincy Jones' house. I'm not dropping through this with names. I'm just giving credibility to what I'm saying.
No, never drop names. De Niro told me that.
Yeah. So, but I'm asking Quincy, I'm hearing rumors that Marvin was gay. And I'm like, was he gay? And Quincy's like, yes.
Oh.
He went around it with everything. And I was like, no. And I'm like, I could not.
I just feel like there's gay for real. And then there's a point where guys get so much pussy. They're just like, oh, fuck it.
Yeah, well, it would have been that, but they would have wanted to do that. And I wouldn't have been able to do that.
Well, you mean you couldn't kiss a guy on screen in a movie?
No.
Not even, yeah.
No, because I don't fake it. I literally, it has to.
I couldn't kiss a man either. That's true. And that
would fuck me.
Does not make me.
Cut names. I'm just giving my lips off.
Yeah. No. Well,
I would.
Okay.
If I kiss some man, I would cut my lips off.
Well, I would not do that. But it does not make me homophobic to not want to kiss a man. Just like lots of gay men are like pussy. Yuck. You know, I mean, that's okay. We all have our own, no one wants to tell you how to.
Do what you love to do, but don't do it at me. Don't aim it at me. And I can't play that character.
Right.
100%. I can't surrender myself to a place that I don't understand.
Yeah.
And so that's the end part of of that story of what I had
Well,
to
I can
let
understand. I can understand it. I'm just not of it. I mean, I could certainly understand men attracted to men. I mean, homosexuality is in nature. You know, animals. There are animals. Many, many, many animals.
Yeah, the bonobos, the
What?
bonobo monkeys. They practice it.
Well, practice it.
My lips off.
Yeah. No.
I got all the respect in the world for Terrence Howard because he stands for what he believes and he does not allow Hollywood to change him, even for $1. Even if it sounds good, hey, we'll give you 4.5 million. He's like, no, I ain't gonna be able to do it. Now, I never knew, and neither did I hear any rumors about old boy being gay. I did not hear any rumors about Marvin Gaye being gay. I mean, I know his last name said gay, but I never knew that he was gay. I mean, but then again, you never know. You never know. I didn't know that the grandpa on Cosby Show was gay. Did y'all know that? I shared that on my Caramel Show page. The grandfather on Cosby Show, the light-skinned man who was the grandfather who would come down and hang out with Bill Cosby and the family, his entire life was gay. I never knew that. To look at him, I never would have known. I never knew that until like I saw a post that actually talked about it. Him and his, significant other. I was like, but then again, you never know in Hollywood who's really that way. But then again, Marvin Gaye, he catered to the women, and maybe it was because of his career, because a lot of these people out here do it. Okay, look at Luther Vandross. We already know he, allegedly. Okay, shout out to Patti LaBelle for throwing him out there, child, and putting his business out there after the man passed away. She said, Luther came up to me and told me, like, I am gay. And she said, I asked him, and he told me, yes, I am. I feel like if he didn't say it when he was alive, don't say it when he's not here, because if he wanted to be told, he would have told it. But I think people knew deep down that was the issue with him, but we didn't care because he was so good at what he did. Just like I don't care even now with Marvin Gaye, if that's the way he chose to live his life, that's his life. He was great. He was a crooner. He was a great singer. He was a great performer. That's what I look at. Okay, I let God judge the rest of that. It's not my place to do so. Judge not so that you won't be judged. All right. So people live their life and how they choose to live it. But bottom line is what I'm saying in this situation with Terrence Howard, he passed up roles he's saying in Hollywood, including playing Marvin Gaye's life because he did not want to kiss a man after he found out that he was a gay male. Because that comes with it. If you're talking about his life, eventually that's going to come up. And eventually that part's going to happen to where you have to make a decision. Say, hey, am I going to pass up these millions of dollars for this particular little part in the movie here? So I applaud him. I've never seen him in a dress. I've never seen him compromise his integrity in terms of who he is as a man. And I appreciate that. And I respect that. Okay. That he is not easily swayed by a dollar. So it is what it is. Hey, let's move on though. Shout out to Terrence Howard. All right. Shout out to him for that. Shout out to him for that. All right. Now, two people who've been friends for years appear to be fighting. Let's get into this. All right. All right. These two people here, child. I said, what is going on here? Diddy's baby mama, all right, Misa Hilton and Mary J. Blige, you guys are fighting. The girls are fighting. Now, Mary J. Blige is sued for $5 million by Misa Hilton and rapper Vado over alleged album sabotage and contract interference. Give me them shades, girl. Yes. Okay. All right. So let's get into it. Y'all know Misa Hilton dressed down. She's a stylist as well, baby. She's the one who was dressing Mary J. Blige. She's the one who came up with the whole tomboy look on what's the 411 album. She dressed and styled Mary J. Blige. For those of you who don't know, do your homework. We did. All right. So yeah, she came up with the whole baseball cap and the whole Timberland look with Mary with, she came up with that whole vibe. So that was Misa Hilton. She is, like I said, a stylist, but she is suing Mary. And she and Mary have been like this since way back in the 90s when Mary first came onto the scene. Okay. We got to get a jam session. Do we? Y'all, tell me what the likes looking like 313 and say, what's going on? Oh my God. Yeah, we got to get a jam session. I'm sorry, y'all, but we got to get the likes up. Turn up, child. She's weird. I said she's weird. She's very weird. Let's get these lights up first. Get into it. Come on. Lights up on me. Moving on into this. I know y'all. All right, we about to bring the beat back. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Let's get the likes up, guys. Let's get them up. If we got 6 something watching, we need them up, y'all. Come on. Hey, hey. Where it? Where it? Come on. Like it up. Like it up. Like it up. On these floor. Come on. I don't know who it is in the bush. Y'all be in the bush. Not the people in the chat. It's the bush. Sitting in the bush watching the show and they ain't getting the light. Come on, so we can do the show, child. Got some more topics to run. Get them up, get them up, get them up. 3, 4, 5, more like this. Hey. Come on, get them up, get them. 359, 359. That ain't enough, that ain't enough. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Get them up, get them up, let's go. Hey, get them up, get them up. Get them up, get them up. Real fans where them lights at? Where the lights at? Where the lights at? Give me. Alright, let's Ooh, yes. Y'all like that? Y'all like that? Y'all got that cramp out your leg over there, stanky legging over there? All right, let's get into it. We're at 369. Okay, let's get it. All right, so as you guys can see, Mary J. Blige is being sued for $5 million by Misa Hilton and rapper Vado over alleged album sabotage and contract interference. I like Vado. Vado actually became famous by putting his music out on YouTube. I definitely follow him because I do like his music. So he's definitely he's a YouTube sensation, and he pretty much be singing down. So I love me some damn Vado. But let's get into what they're saying. Now, in a turn of events that no one saw coming, longtime friends Misa Hilton and Mary J. Blige are embroiled in a court battle over a soured business deal. Now, according to allhiphop.com, shout out to them and shout out to Baller Alert, Mary J. Blige is being sued by Hilton and rapper Vado for allegedly derailing his career and withholding his album to dissolve their business ties. Now, y'all know Mary has her own record label, okay? So she signed an artist. She signed Juan Moore, which is Wanye from the group. What's the name of the group? Boys to Men, his sons. Y'all know they have a group together. So Mary J. Blige has signed them to her record label, which I thought that was a great idea because they are very, very good. But the $5 million lawsuit filed in New York claims that Blige sabotaged their relationship to sever Vado's management contract with Hilton's agency, Misa Management. Okay. That's so unfortunate. Now, I said that the Grammy Award winner is accused of withholding Vado's complete album to pressure him into cutting ties with Hilton, a longtime associate and the R&B singer's former stylist. I told y'all. Now, Hilton and Vado assert that Blige and her company, Beautiful Life Production, interfered with a signed management agreement and entitled Misa to 20% of the rapper's earnings. So you can cut off her money, so she's coming after yours. Now, according to court documents, Blige allegedly persuaded Vado to abandon Misa during private yacht gatherings, hotel meetings, and exclusive events where Misa's representatives were initially left out. Now, the lawsuit claims that Blige's security chief, described as her boyfriend, come on now, sought to sign Vado himself, urging him to ink a new contract without legal counsel and warning that he would lose out on opportunities if he stayed loyal to Misa. It sounds like some blackmail behind the scenes was going on, child. You don't sign no contract without reading it, especially without legal counsel. All right. So Blige and Vado, honey, collaborated on Still Believe in Love in 2023, but despite Vado completing an album in July of 2024, the suit alleges that Mary J. Blige shelved the album. Okay, so I hope they figure this out because this is unfortunate. Vado is a great artist, and of course, y'all already know how Mary J. Blige get down. Okay, and it's unfortunate that her friendship with Mary J. Blige and Misa Hilson is being severed because of a money issue and a contractual issue. So I hope they figure it out because these two girls go way, 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 way back. Okay. But y'all know, honey, money will make you fall out. Money will ruin friendships. Money ruin relationships. So most times when people start feeling themselves a little bit and money is on the table, sometimes you do things that's a little uncouth. All right, Mary looks like Mary was doing some shit behind the scenes that maybe she shouldn't have done to undercut her friend, to take 20% out of her pocket, and she feel a way about that. That's the way she earned her money. So if you guys were supposed to be in a contract together with Vado, why cut her 20% so that you can get it all? It's giving a little greed there a little bit. So of course, Vado has nothing to say about that because that's the two of them fighting. But at the end of the day, I mean, if he didn't sign, maybe he would not have a contract. So it kind of it's a catch-22. It puts him in a sticky situation because had he said, hey, I ain't gonna sign, then you don't have a deal. And then maybe you don't get picked up nowhere else. And then of course, Mary, with her being in the industry for the amount of time she's been in the industry, she can't have you blackballed to where no one will sign you. So I mean, these record labels will pressure you and put pressure on. I mean, Diddy did it. Diddy did it to a lot of his bad boy artists. If they did not adhere to what he wanted him or wanted them to do, he would, blackball them to where they can't go anywhere else if they did not do or comply with what he was asking under his label, Bad Boy Records. All right, so that's how that shit works. It's very tricky. You got to get in there and you got to do what you got to do and follow the contract to the T, because baby, they will come after you. At $5 million is a lot of money. So hopefully they figure it out. It's unfortunate. All right. Yeah. Diddy baby mama child. All right. So let's get into some Real Housewives of Atlanta news. All right. Porsha's out here acting crazy, child, because she wants Dennis back. She wants him back. She's fighting. She's mad because he's filming with Drew Sidora. Child, she's watching her peen walk out the door. All right. So she is mad that Drew is out here filming, as they call it, embezzlement down there, girl. The L is silent. With Dennis, the hot dog man, as they call him. Okay, so Porsha's ready to get her hot dog back from Dennis, child. No pun intended. And she is feeling a little nostalgic. Let's get into this clip. She missing his hot dog, child. She said, "Yeah, the hot dog on the plate is good, but the other one, the one we made this baby with, that's the one I really miss." Okay. So let's get into it. It said the Real Housewives of Atlanta, Porsha Williams and Dennis McKinley reminisce on their proposal. So Porsha's still, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed over Dennis. Dennis must have that thing, because baby, she is trying to spin the block, but it's one person that's stopping her from being able to do that, because Simon is still married to Porsha. Now, Dennis did already tell Porsha that you allowed somebody, when he say somebody, he said Simon, to steal my family, meaning her and Pilar, which is her daughter. So Dennis feels a way that Porsha went and married Simon, okay? And she did it on a get back because Dennis went out and cheated on her ass. So she was like, look, I ain't really in love with Simon. I can learn to love him. He got a little money. And then she found out later on he didn't. He couldn't get no citizenship. She was looking over her shoulder everywhere they went because ICE was on his ass. He wasn't supposed to be in the U.S. because of his visa. He was overstaying visas and shit. So Porsha was dealing with a lot behind the scenes, trying to prove a point to Dennis, and he ain't give no fucks since he was out here dating the Real Housewives of Atlanta women, child. He was dating Britt Edie, giving her diamond necklaces and all of that. But let's get into what they said right here.
Baby, ride or die.
Ride or die. Shout out to Lil Mo, man. She came.
Oh, give me that
I had hit Lil Mo up. I said, Lil Mo, I need you. Let me tell you a story about Lil Mo. First of all, shout out to Lil Mo. She was married to my homeboy at the time. He was a boxer.
Is he also from Detroit?
No, he from Philly.
Oh.
But shout out to Lil Mo. I hit Lil Mo up. I said, Lil Mo, I need you. Like, this is arguably the most important day of my life. I need you to come down and sing this song. Me and Porsha was right on the east side of Decatur, where she from. And we kept playing this Lil Mo song. Remember?
That became it was always my favorite. And then I found out it was your favorite.
Yeah, we riding in Porsche Rover on the east side of Decatur in the hood, riding through the hood, getting some barbecue and shit. I'm like, Lil Mo, I really need you to do this song. She like, bet. Lil Mo flew in town. We did the helicopter ride to the spot. Lil Mo pop up. As soon as Lil Mo finished singing, she like, where's the rest of my damn money at?
I know she didn't.
I ain't lying.
She was about her business.
I love her for that. But she sung the damn song, tore the house down. I got the ring. Porsha said yes. Then me and you got the beef, and then Lil Mo talk. Man, I'm like, damn, Mo. I'm like, damn, Mo. She was on your side. I'm like, damn, Mo, you ain't.
That right.
But
That right,
anyway,
Lil Mo.
If Mo call her
I
back,
didn't know you had my back, Lil Mo, but thank you.
Mo, if I call you back, nah, you know what I'm saying? Pull up on me. You never know.
You can't propose a third time. You know you're exactly. You're out.
Don't remind me.
Baby, ride or die.
Right.
No, ma'am. So what y'all think about that? So they reminiscing child when he proposed to her and all that. Of course, she was pregnant when she found out she was pregnant with Pilar. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I would like to see the two of them try again because obviously she still love him. Obviously, he still have love for her. I feel like she was hurt whenever he cheated on her. And she was trying to be wifed up and have that whole family dynamic, but he couldn't keep his thing in his pants. He was just out here doing the most. Y'all remember on her reality show, he was cheating with somebody else, one of the staff. He slept with somebody that he employed at his damn hot dog restaurant. So Dennis seemed to be one of those types of guys who like to get around a little bit. But Porsha, child, you do too. So what better place should the two of them be, I guess, than together? Y'all do share a child. She's out here crying and everything and acting a fool on the show about Drew filming with him and being in close proximities with him. I don't think she would care that much if Drew was not getting a divorce. Okay. If Drew was not divorcing Ralph, I don't feel like Porsha would be that pressed about her being around Dennis because then she would have a man to focus on. But the fact that she's trying to get the hell away from Ralph and she's like a free agent now almost because she is separated, but staying in the same house because he's in the basement. So I don't feel like she would feel that much about this situation if there was not a divorce in place between Drew and Ralph. But because Drew ain't thinking about Ralph and she's spending a lot of time in the studio because child, some shit go down in the studio sometimes, you know, because it was said that Drew was slobbing on the knob over there when it comes to Dennis. Now, I don't know, I wasn't there. But that's what Porsha put out there. Somebody was like, look, don't let me tell Porsha about what Drew was over here doing, okay? They said she was doing more than singing on the mic. She was singing on the mic, if y'all get what I'm saying. Over there with Dennis, all right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, girl. So she was doing some throat crunches over there on Dennis. And Porsha, I think, feel away since she found out about it because she know how her man is. All women know how their man is, all right? He's very mannish and he like women. So Drew is a very attractive girl, no homo. And I feel like Porsha knows that there's a little bit more going on there, allegedly, than the music. So she's trying to spin the block and block. Speaking of block, yes, she's trying to cock block so that Dennis can come on back over there because that would be a slap in the face for her that her baby daddy go be with her arch enemy, which is Drew Sidora. She don't see it for Drew. She don't like Drew, even though she get in interviews and I don't have a problem with Drew. I think Drew is a nice person. You don't like Drew. You obviously do not like Drew. You've been acting a fool all damn season about Drew. All right. Now, I hope they figure it out because they deserve to be back together. Y'all got a child. If y'all can work it out, if he's, vowed not to cheat to you no more. I'm not one for telling somebody to spin the block on a cheater because I would never do it. But bottom line is, hey, if she like it, I guess I love it. Okay. I mean, I guess I look you over there sitting there eating hot dogs, girl. You inhaled half the damn hot dog, sitting there laughing and talking to Dennis. Now, I didn't know you could put that much meat in your mouth, but go off. Let's move on, child. Oh my God. Okay. Damn, girl, you bit half the damn hot dog. I said, girl, your throat muscles is okay. Girl. Okay. You know they say it's supposed to be like this. Okay, you're supposed to be able to fit about that much there. Okay. From here to here. Yeah. See, let me learn you something. Damn, Porsha bit half the damn hot dog, the damn hot dog like that. Porsha biting way down here. I said, girl, you see how much? That's a lot of meat from here to here. From here to here, that's a lot of meat right there, girl. How the hell, girl, when you put all that meat in your mouth like that? That's too much. Girl, that's a little bit too much meat. But anyway, and you ain't gagged not one time. I said, oh, girl, your gag reflex on that hot dog was giving. It's the gag reflex on the hot dog for me. That's all I'm saying. All right, but let's move on, child, to this next one. Oh my God. I ain't never seen nobody eat no damn hot dog like that. Child. My God, girl, was you trying to remind Dennis of what he lost, girl? Somebody said caramel style. They say you're supposed to like measure, like put your hand like this with your thumb back here. Let me learn y'all something like the old people say. And okay, you're supposed to only be able to take it from here to here, all right? Because your throat's back here. Okay, so you here to here, you should be straight. But if it go past there, girl, you gonna be you on that shit. Okay. You doing all that. Abort mission, all right? Abort mission, guy. That little thing back there hanging down in the back of your throat, you don't be back there. So you're supposed to be back there. But the way she put that hot dog down. Whoo, child. Let me do a little measurement. Hold on. Let me be a little petty right here. Let me see. So imagine this is the hot dog, okay? This is the hot dog. Let me see. Let me turn to the side. Yeah, that's ER participant right there, girl. You ready to go to the ER behind that hot dog right there, girl. Yeah, you about to go into the ER behind that. Let me see. Let me measure one more time. Centimeter, yeah, millimeter, centimeter, millimeter, centimeter. Damn, Porsha bit the hot dog and the shit was back here. I was like, bitch, girl, that's a lot of meat right there. Yeah, that's a lot of meat right there. I ain't ready for that. I'm ready for that now. Girl, you doing too much trying to prove yourself today. You are doing too much trying to prove yourself on this damn video right here. Shit. Oh my God. Now, and I've eaten many hot dogs. Okay. I've had many hot dogs before. For YouTube's sake. Okay. I've had a hot dog or two. But I've never been the hot dog and the shit way back here though. The meat way back here. Damn, how big is your bite over here, girl? Like shit. She bit the hot dog. She turned that bitch around like this here. She was face to face with that bitch, and she bit the hot dog, and the shit was back there. She bit it and was like, ah. I was like, shit. Oh my God, girl. What is you trying to do? All right, so let's continue. All right, so as you guys can see, they weren't done, child. They're not done. Let's get into some more where she's talking about Simon, all right? Because Simon seems to be the person who is standing in her way from dick hopping with Dennis, okay? Well, I think she's still doing that, even though, because you know he's over there in ICE. All right, they got Simon over there on ICE. All right, so he can't do shit. All right, he done got the house foreclosed. I done told y'all that yesterday. So the house that Porsha was staying in, I'm hearing has officially been foreclosed on. All right, so she got to get the hell out of there because baby, the people about to come over there and change the locks and whatnot. So she's gonna have to move back over there in that old house with her mama where she was staying at prior because Simon, child, he ain't paying the house no more. But anyway, so she's over here inhaling hot dogs with Dennis, and now they get ready to be talking about Simon and whatnot. So let's get into that, child. I was like, child, this is too much.
No, we do not do you know what.
Hopefully the fellas are tuning in. But in respect to her relationships, etc., no, we haven't.
What you mean in respect of our relationship? We do not be bumping and grinding.
I said in respect to your relationships.
I don't have no relationships.
You've been married. She's been married. So no, we have not been.
You know what? We have been broken up for 11 months. Remember?
Me and you?
Yeah, because remember I told you to bring the ring over that Christmas prior.
Yeah. So
that January, you said you saw him at the airport. Because you said, oh, he
very
stole
suspicious. Because I met him at the airport and he asked me about Porsha. Very suspicious.
And he said, oh, he stole my family. Mind you,
why is he asking me about Porsha in the airport, walking around the airport?
Right.
I knew something was going on.
But I didn't even know him then.
Lies.
Me and him was not dating. Me and him did not get together until May. So anyway, when in January, when you saw him at the airport, you said, oh, you know, it's a shame I met the man, exchanged numbers, and then later on he stole my family. You and I had been broken up for 11 months. 11 months prior to me getting with him. And then at that December, before that January, I asked you, I said, Dennis, I said, you know what? Because he kept saying, I want my family back. I want us back together. I said, bring the ring to the house. Right?
She said, bring the motherfucking ring back to me.
Okay.
Porsha's just one of those people who have to have a man. Like there's no space in between. Like you break up with this person, stop here. There can't be no space. You got to be like here, man. Like man, stop, man. like that's Porsha. It's no space in between. I cannot stand people to do that. Like literally, you gotta take some time in between to figure yourself out and heal. Porsha don't heal, which is why she keep finding herself in the same situations. Now, word on the curb is that she was kind of seeing or might be seeing this other little African dude. All right. Now I still got my shovel out on that one. And I'm gonna spin the block. But it's a rumor out there that Porsha is messing with this other African dude. I don't know what the hell is it, why she's so fixated on Africans. I think she's trying to be the next Shamil. She's looking at Shamil like, I want your life. I'm trying to live like you. Because she really thought she was gonna get that with Simon. Okay. But yeah, schlong hopping. That's what she's doing, honey. Schlong hopping and thought shopping. That's what she stay doing. Okay. She a little hot potato throwing that thing around, child. You got country miles on that walk, baby. Yes, you do. I ain't clocking nobody's. I'm not clocking nobody's walk miles, but of course you got some walk miles, baby. You do. Country miles. Y'all know country miles is a lot, baby. Because them roads keep going. But baby, okay, baby. I feel like she's trying to spin the block on Dennis, and I'm not mad about it. But you got to fix your situation over here with Simon first. Y'all figure out why the hell y'all still married. You don't have no businesses together. I hope not. You don't have no kids together. Like, why is it taking you so long? I mean, people can get divorced in jail. Phaedra filed to divorce Apollo in jail. Okay, send that shit in there, let him sign it. Do what you got to do. And they had children. And she had, I want to say, businesses with him. So why is it so hard for Porsha to divorce Simon? You know where he is. You know exactly where he is. Have your attorney draw that shit up and send it down there, child, and have him sign that damn paperwork so you can move on. It's weird that you are still not divorced. Because you can't really move on with your life like that until you do. So what? I don't know what it is that's keeping her. Girl, I got my shovel out. Y'all know what I said. I got my shovel out. I'm all in your business, Porsha. Oh, yeah. And I'm going to do a video here real soon, baby, when I get all of my ducks in a row, like this right here. And I'm going to come back and we're going to talk about this damn African that's rumored that her ass is out here jumping up and down on. Allegedly, maybe, and hypothetically. Okay? We got to say it in all that way. But, yeah. So as you guys can see, child, she done told Dennis, child, bring the motherfucking ring back over here, child. She's trying to be back with Dennis. I said, child, y'all gonna do what y'all gonna do, but get that divorce first and stop out here playing one person to be with somebody else. You should have just stayed with Dennis. If you were gonna do all that, I get it. He hurt you because he cheated. He's a dog. Yes, he is, but that's who you chose. Hell, that's who you chose. The nigga is trash. He for the streets. He's for the streets, girl. He's for the streets. He's for the back roads. He's for the alleys. He's for all of that. Dennis is, because he like a good whopper too. All right, so moving on, child. Shannon Sharpe out here dancing like a whole Becky. I don't know who told him that he need to be out here doing the electric slide or any other damn slide like this. Sit down, sir. Okay, until we figure out these damn charges coming up with all these Beckys coming out the woodwork on your ass. Okay, yeah, I can tell he been around some Beckys the way he dancing. Out here looking like Carlton off the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I said, nigga, what is you doing? With these tight ass pants on. Child, let's get into it. What the hell? Shannon. What was that? That Shannon Sharpe is out here enjoying his life, even though he's been falsely accused of the unthinkable, child. Look at him right here. Child, what kind of shenanigans is this? Yeah, you ain't invited to the cookout and you black. Shannon, you cannot come to the cookout with all due respect, okay? You might feel like choking somebody at the cookout because you know you can't keep your hands to yourself. But this dancing is giving hell no for me. It's a hell no for me. All right. Yeah, it's a hell no for me. Yeah, no. He just like, I don't give a damn. Yeah, I was out here choking Becky, so I don't give a damn. He gonna go out here and do this line dance, child. Where these fans at? Child, he don't give a damn. He don't give no damn. Look at him. What in the child? No. All right, we moving on. Ain't no commentary on that. I just need to show y'all that because I was like, ugh. All right, moving on to some things that we do care about. All right, and that's justice. All right, we care about justice on this channel. I love it, honey. I love it. All right. So skin, not kin. That's what they said here. All right. 3 officers are charged with the Tyrie Nichols unaliving to stand trial coming up today, Lord. Hallelujah. Throw all their asses under the jail. Start with this one and work your way down. All right. Yes, honey. All 5 of their crispy asses, throw them in jail. Because I do not like when our black men commit crimes against our black men. You're supposed to be protecting him. That's what the white officers do. I mean, damn. All y'all asses need to be locked up. I'm sorry. I have no sympathy for none of you. All right, let's get into it. Now, the day of reckoning is a pun. I love a pun. Y'all know that's my favorite word. The day of reckoning is a pun, child. 3 former Memphis, Tennessee police officers, Thaddeus, yes, he should have been in there, Thaddeus rather, Bean, Demetrius Haley and Justin Smith, who are set to stand trial, honey, for the unaliving of Tyrie Nichols. Hallelujah. Now, Bean, Haley, and Smith are 3 of the 5 officers who have been criminally charged for Nichols' unaliving. Now, the other 2, Desmond Mills Jr. and Emmett Martin III. How you gonna have a name like Emmett out here doing this? Took a plea deal, okay, and will face a separate trial respectively. So I'm gonna keep my ears and eyes on this case because I definitely want to see what they get out of this. All right, so that's according to the Memphis Police Department, because you guys know this is where this occurred. Shout out to Boss Up Official. That's the update on that. For those of you that do not know, if you don't know the story of Tyrie Nichols, please go Google that. All right, this young man was assaulted, okay, and unalived by these 5 bastards on my screen right here who's supposed to be protecting and serve. You took an oath to protect and serve, and you're doing worse than the Caucasians against blacks out here, okay? You really did. You really, really did. And yeah, lock them up, honey. I have no sympathy, none. Put in the chat what you think about it. But they're having their trial, and 2 of the 5 have took a plea deal, okay? And they're trying to get probably a lesser sentence, but your ass still gonna be locked up. And jail is not the place to be for any police officer. Really, not even for a security officer. Top flight like a mug in jail, getting towed up. Emphasis on the toe up, okay, for real. Y'all, yeah, it's not gonna be a good look for y'all in jail, I promise you. And this is like a worldwide case. This whole case is going viral, so everybody know who you are. So there's nowhere that they can put you. You can probably spend your entire time in the hole in protective custody, because police officers do not get no peace in jail. They really don't. And this one right here at the front, you right here, you gonna get bent over the first damn day you go in there because you look a little moist. And this one right here in the back, the way you smiling. Oh yeah, they're gonna get your cheeks to probably maybe the second day, because you might fight the first day. That second day though, oh, they're gonna get them cheeks on the second day. All right. These 2 right here, I don't know, they might be some good fighters. This one right here, you might get you on the 3rd. Yeah. 3rd day, they might get them cheeks on the 3rd. Yep, booty brownie, and booty brownie. All right. Moving on, child. Yes, child. All right, so this case here, I might get to hollering, so y'all bear with me, because y'all know how I feel about the children, child. Let's get this up. I said, oh yeah, I'm talking about this. Now, we always talk about bullying on my channel, and we're gonna talk about it again today. This case right here, this topic right here, gonna have me hollering. I might get out of myself. I might even cuss a little bit. All right, I'm gonna have to pray for real after this live, baby, because this right here pissed me off. All right. All right, so parents of a 10-year-old boy who passed away by suicide after months of bullying by his 5th grade teacher sued the school district for $75,000 and says that their complaints were ignored. This is a real thing. This is something that we keep talking about. We keep hearing about it. It's sad. A 5th grader. Why would a 5th grader need to take their own life out from bullying? Okay, as teachers, for those of you that are teachers, if you're watching me, if a child come to you and tell you that someone is bullying them, you should do something about it. Okay, and then it's sad when the teachers are doing the bullying. Like, what the hell is going on here? What is going on when we live in a world where teachers who are supposed to teach our children and teach them right from wrong and you know, check them at school, they are the ones that's on the other side of bullying. Okay. Bullying is a mental, psychological, and physical. It can be physical as well. But children, they internalize words that are egregious and hurtful to them. Okay, especially on top of everything that they're going through. School can be very stressful for some kids. Okay, if your child don't want to go to school, find out why. 9 times out of 10, is something going on at your child's school or something going on to them that's keeping them from enjoying school. School learning should be fun. Learning should be fun. Most kids want to go to school because they want to hang with their friends. My son want to go to school because his friends are there. He can't wait to get to school so he can see his friends and you know, do what he do at school. So I don't have a problem with my son getting him up, get him to school. We don't have a problem with that, okay? And we damn sure don't have a problem with bullying, because he will fight back. Praise the Lord. But in a situation like this, where you constantly have issues with a child's teacher, where the child comes to the teacher and say, hey, such and such is bullying me, or I have a problem with such and such and such, and the teacher don't give a damn and turn around and start bullying the child, that's a problem. Okay, that definitely has to be escalated to the necessary people so they can be looked into. And sometimes, hey, go to the news stations and say, hey, my child is being bullied at school. The best way to stop a bully is to expose them. I'm gonna say it again. The best way to stop bullying is to expose said person. This teacher should have been exposed. Yeah. If my son's teacher ever fuck around and do some shit like this, you better believe I'm gonna do a video after video after video. Baby, by the time I get done, everybody gonna know your name. Okay, everybody. I'm gonna expose the hell out of you. We might go to 11 and Live News and do that as well. Okay, I'm going straight to the principal because I know the principal at my son's school, so I better not hear no shit like that. Okay, and I'm gonna pray that the Lord keep my hands to myself in the meantime and in between time while they're trying to figure it out. Because y'all know how I feel about mine. But let's get into this topic here. I'm gonna play the news portion of it first. This is a very sad situation, you guys. Let's get.
Death lawsuit now active against the Marion County School Board over the death of a 10-year-old, his name Lewis Johnson.
In 2023, Johnson killed himself with a gun because his parents claimed that his teacher at Legacy Elementary School constantly bullied him and recruited other students to do the same. TV 20's Deja Clayton joins us live in front of the Marion County School District office. Deja, what does this lawsuit claim?
Dave, the 12-page lawsuit explains how the parents believe it was the board's negligence that led to the death of their 10-year-old son. The lawsuit explains how the parents of Johnson believes there was no escaping the daily public humiliation from fifth grade teacher Donna White, and that he suffered emotionally and depression and anxiety. In an investigative report, it is revealed that more than 24 students were interviewed about White's actions in the classroom, 14 of whom were in the classroom with Johnson. The students say that White yelled at students, made them cry, talked about their grades, and got angry if they didn't know the answer. It is also revealed in this report that Johnson's parents tried for months to meet with school leaders but were unsuccessful. Johnson's parents filed the lawsuit asking for at least $75,000 in damages on Monday. I also tried to reach out to the parents and the law firm but did not hear anything back. A spokesperson with the district says that they cannot comment on lawsuits. Live in Ocala, Deja Clayton, TV 20 News.
I'm sorry, 75K and my son is not here anymore. Yeah, something not adding up. You want to shoot high for the sin, you can go high. And then if they give you 75K, then great. You say 75 million, and you put a million behind that. Take that K out. Put an M there where that K is. 75 million. And y'all meet wherever down here. You always want to shoot high when you file a lawsuit. That go for anybody else. If you're suing somebody, don't lowball yourself. Because a life is lost. Not that you can put a price on someone's life. But in this situation here, $75,000, fuck that. That's crackhead prices. No, ma'am. Put an M where that K is. 75 million. 75 million. Get you a good attorney, honey. Ben Crump. Well, no, maybe not him because they take him a minute, child. But get you a good attorney, honey, to come up and through there and do what needs to be done. All right. So it said that Florida parents are suing their deceased 10-year-old son's school after he reportedly committed suicide following months of bullying by his fifth grade teacher. That's so sad. I can't imagine. Now, the parents of Lewis Johnson III have filed a wrongful death lawsuit after the 10-year-old fatally pow-powed himself in April of 2023. The fifth grader was reportedly humiliated by his teacher and frequently called stupid in front of the class. That's so inappropriate. So not only was he emotionally abused, psychologically, because kids think they keep replaying that. Now, according to the suit, the fifth grade teacher, Donna White, frequently berated and humiliated him publicly and even encouraged other students to join in on the taunting. It says that the parents claimed that they made multiple complaints regarding White's behavior, but nothing changed, and it continued for 3 or 4 months prior to his unaliving. Now, the lawsuit alleges that the harassment led to emotional and physical distress for the child, including anxiety, depression, nightmares, and suicidal thoughts. That's so sad. Oh, my God. Now, after an internal investigation was conducted, it was determined that White had subjected several other students to her cruel behavior, leaving them severely psychologically damaged as well. Something's wrong with her, because she's using these children who are defenseless okay, in order to invoke her insecurities and her anger and dysfunction upon them to where now they have become dysfunctional as well. And she's made it okay for them to be bullies. So she's breeding bullies in her classroom. Let's continue. The district has now been accused of negligence, negligent infliction of emotional distress, and negligent supervision. A future court date has not yet been scheduled. Why not? Why not? I don't know what school system this is. They're not saying, but at the end of the day, I feel like there are levels to this. That's why you have to, I said pop-ups, honey, pop-ups. Pop-ups are so important when you have children who are in school. Pop up, get to know your schools, your teachers, the teachers, your kids' teachers, know the faculty. Be there so much to when you walk in, they know you by name. My kids know me. My husband dropped my son off yesterday. They know my husband because we're there. We are there all the time. I know the principal. The principal gave me his cell phone number. Say, if you have a problem, call me. You have to build a relationship. Don't be that ratchet parent that go up there and be ready to snap off. And I don't know when your kids be acting a fool. You got to be able to meet in the middle. Okay. Know the do's and the don'ts that you can and cannot do. Don't go up there being ratchet and all that. The police got to be called. No. That's not how you do it, because then you put your child in a situation to where your child will be bullied, because teachers will retaliate on your child. But you got to know how to do things, and you got to know who to talk to when you're handling situations as such. This situation should have been continuously escalated, okay? Because don't nothing get a person right when you expose their ass the right way. The news would have been a great place to start with this situation. This teacher should have been fired for this particular mess that was going on in this classroom. Children are sent to school to learn. Don't send my child back home with psychological abuse, anxiety, depression, nightmares, suicidal thoughts when I'm sending them to school to learn. And it's so unfortunate because it's against the law not to send your kids to school. You got to send them to school. So when they get there, and these young ass teachers, I keep saying it, they keep hiring these young ass teachers who are also bullies, who are raised by these young ass parents who don't have no morals. They're just there for a check. They don't give a damn. So they think it's funny when they see situations like this and they pick at a child and maybe they don't have the, some nice Jordans, or they pick at a child when they're not as smart as another child. Maybe this child did not get to work faster as another child because maybe they, maybe undiagnosed. You don't pick at a child like that. This situation never should have gone as far as it went. And I keep saying children younger and younger. This boy is in the 5th grade, took a pow and unalived himself because of the pressures that he was dealing with in school. A 5-year-old should not be dealing with, I'm going to read it again, anxiety, depression, nightmares, suicidal thoughts. 5-year-old should not, a 10-year-old should not be dealing with that. 5th graders should not be dealing with that. Those kids should go to school, play with their friends, learn, and have a great day in school. This is a lot for a 10-year-old to carry. It's a lot. That's why I said, if you have kids, if you have grandkids, don't just stop with just the parents, because it takes a village. It takes a village to raise these kids. Grandparents, y'all get involved too. And if you got to go to the school, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Familiarize yourself with your son's school, faculty, teachers, everybody. I told you guys about in the cafeteria. They had a cafeteria lady, honey, that was yelling at all the kids. And she messed around and did it to me. I dropped my son off and I stood there and I just watched. You could hear her all the way outside before you even got up to the door. I said, what is all this hollering? The kids were already kind of loud. You know how it sounds in the lunchroom. Dropped my son off. He was going to eat breakfast. He yelled before he can even get in the door. She yelling at him. I said, whoa. I went straight to the principal's office. I said, okay. Well, first I asked who the teacher was, so I knew who to talk to. I asked another person that was standing there, who is this teacher right here that's yelling at these kids? Who is this teacher? They told me her name. I went to the office. I said, I need to speak to the principal. Is he here? Yes, he's on the call right now. Give me 1 second. Sit right here. I waited. After he got off his call, he called me in. Sat and I said, this lady that you guys have over the kids in the lunchroom, maybe she needs to be moved somewhere else, because obviously this job is a bit stressful for her. When I bring my son to school, I've already prayed over my son. I've already told him to have a good day. So you've already killed his spirit before he gets to class, because you done yelled at him, berated him, and made him feel like shit before he pick up a pencil and even write his name. She needs to be moved because I see her yelling at other kids, and when she do it to mine, it's not okay. Now, I can't speak for the other kids, but when I see it happening to mine, I'm going to say something. The principal looking at me like, yeah. I said, she needs to be moved because this is something that continuously keep occurring. She's that comfortable, and other teachers are standing around and watching this. This lady needs to be moved because I can't send my son to school after I done prayed over him and told him to have a good day, and I love him. And I will see you when you get out of school. I've encouraged him all the way to school, only for him to get here. And this person who's obviously having a bad fucking day to put that off on my child? No, sir, no, ma'am. She needs to be moved. And I guarantee you, the next 2 days after I dropped my son off, she was not in that lunchroom. I don't know where they moved her to. I don't know if she was fired. I haven't seen her. And I'm always at the school. I have not seen her. She's not working in the lunchroom anymore. And that's how you have to be. You got to be very matter of fact, and you got to put your foot up somebody's ass if you need to when it comes to protecting your child. My child's energy, I don't want it fucked up when he get ready to go to school. And that's how it has to be. That situation pissed. I was like, no. That was her. No. And mind you, her little child goes there as well. And her little child walking around like hitting people. And she ain't said nothing to her child, but she yelling at everybody else's children, including mine. And I took that shit very personal because I stood there and I looked at her for a minute and I had to calm myself down because I'm a reactor. I said, okay, what's her name? I'm sorry, what's her name? Okay, let me go on up here, child. And I watched my son, and I let him know. And when I got done talking to the principal, I went right back to the thing, and I was looking at my son, and I'm making sure he's straight. And I looked at him, I was like, gave him the thumbs up. He gave me the thumbs up. Went on to my car. That's just, it bothers me. It bothers me because I know I love kids. I used to work with kids, so when I see stuff like this, I've actually had to be in the home, go to the kids' home. It's something going on at home. It's something going on with these damn teachers. The way they keep getting them too young. They're too young. They don't have that love for children. You got to have love for children to work with children. You got to have love for children to work with children. And if you bringing somebody in that like to yell at kids and they're impatient, kids can't learn like that. Period. Kids cannot learn like that. I don't want nobody teaching my child that's got to yell at them. Because I don't yell at mine. I can talk to my son in the same tone I'm talking right now and get what I need out of him. I don't have to yell at him. Because I started here with teaching him respect. When he hear me say something, he know to do it. Same with his father. It's all about how you raise your kids. Obviously, this woman that was in the lunchroom, that's how she raised hers, to yell at him. And her son, that's how he react. You don't need to yell at your kids. It's all about how you raise them. But that situation pissed me off. And this situation right here, this teacher should have been fired the very first time that she did that. And bullying and sitting back and encouraging other kids in the school to do it, that shit is not fucking okay. Because this little boy should be here. He had a bright future ahead of him, but it took an adult who he trusted to go to turn around and do the same thing that other kids that was probably doing to him in the school as well. This is so sad. Let's get off this because it's going to piss me off, child. I don't like bullies at all. But the best way to stop a bully is to expose them. Let's get into some more school stuff, all right? I'll be very selective how I do this video because this young woman here is getting charged and her ass is about to go to jail for macing her teacher, all right, for taking her phone in class. These kids are out of control. And some of these teachers, like I said, most teachers don't get paid enough for this bullshit. When you send your kids to school, teach them some manners, teach them to respect adults and authority. Most of these classes do not allow cell phones in the class. They make them put them in lockers for the simple fact that all they want to do is sit on social media instead of learning. And then the parents want to come to the school and cuss the teachers out because your child done got an F and keep failing when it's your child is sitting in class on social media or texting their little boyfriend or girlfriend versus learning. So this teacher took the student's phone, and in return, the student became very disrespectful and decided to mace this teacher. Let's get into it.
Mace? Mace is crazy. Nah, Mace is crazy. Nah, she just maced it. Nah. I gotta go. Hold on. Nah.
She just pepper sprayed me. Give me my phone.
Just sprayed him again. So, okay, we're going to stop it, okay? So she already sprayed him in class whenever he took her phone. So now she just sprayed him again, and she continuously keeps spraying him. Of course, you know that is seen as assault, all right, because he took her phone. He is her teacher. He has every right to do so. If he asked you to put your phone away and you refuse to do so, he took your phone because you would not follow the rules of his class. Again, parents, teach your kids to follow the rules and regulations of the school and the class and whatever your teacher say. Your teacher is the adult. I tell my son that all the time, okay? That is assault. That is assault. This teacher was not assaulting you. Your teacher took the phone because you weren't doing what he told you to do. And you turned around and maced him.
Oh, Mace? No.
Okay?
Mace is... Over the phone is crazy.
I need my phone.
Look at this nigga.
I need my phone. It's never sprayed. Okay, give me my phone. Can I get my phone? No, you can't have your phone.
Watch out, man. I'm going out. Watch out.
I need my phone.
All right, you guys see that? So she sprayed him approximately, I saw twice. Okay. First time you should have been taken down. The resource officer should have come, taken her ass to the office, and she should have been off school campus for doing that. Because what the fuck are you doing with mace anyway in class to mace your teacher? Like, that's highly that's disrespectful. I'm gonna say he asked you to put your phone away because I don't see him just walking up to you and snatching your phone. I hope that's not what happened. But from what I saw, and I saw this on another post as well because I read up on it, she pretty much maced him twice. And you guys can see her standing here. Y'all can put in the chat what you guys think. Put a 1 if you think the teacher was wrong to take her phone. Put a 2 if you think that the student, was wrong to mace said teacher for taking the phone. Let's see. Let's get a poll on what you guys think. Because I know we have some parents of different age groups in my chat, and we respectfully, nobody's going to get fussed at. Nobody's going to get yelled at. Nobody's going to get called out. You can always give your honest opinion on these topics. Whenever I ask, nobody's going to get attacked. None of that. I ask you because I want to know. I want to get a poll of what you think is wrong. Should the teachers be allowed to take said students' phones if they ask them to put them away during learning? Okay. Was the child wrong for macing the teacher, or was the teacher wrong for taking the phone? Let's get a poll. All right, let's go up. Let me go back to my main screen. We're going to stay on this just a little bit because I want to get a poll of what you guys are saying. She's definitely going to be in trouble for that. That's assault. All right. All right, so I see 2. Somebody said 2. Kim, you said 2. Right. So they're still asking for her phone, not listening to the right. Sweet essence. That's disrespectful. Let's put it up. Patricia Thompson said, right. Discipline starts at home. I can tell she acts like that. Absolutely. She absolutely acts like that at home. So absolutely her peers were in there. Yeah. Y'all know how mace is. If you've ever been in an environment where you spray mace, it stays in the air for a while. So everybody in that vicinity gonna catch it too, not just the teacher. So yeah, imagine if somebody was allergic to that. Somebody could have had an allergic reaction and passed away from that mace because it's very strong and it lingers. Okay. Oh, she was wrong for that. Said her little butt would have been laid out in the same hallway she sprayed me. These teachers, I'm telling you, they don't get paid enough. They do not get paid enough. I said, yes, the student was wrong. Suspension for 10 days. The student was wrong. Okay. Tyrie said that my daughter is a police officer and says they sometimes get called to the school, said that some of these children are disrespectful. Somebody else said expelled. She does need to be expelled, definitely. Said that when I started teaching at the Atlanta schools, that he was 22 years old. And he looked like he was a teenager, said he had a baby face and taught K-5. Yeah, some of these teachers are very young. They are very young. Said yes, they should be able to take them. Yeah, if they ask you to put your phone away because they're teaching, you should do that. Personally, I think they should keep the phones in the damn lockers, and that would just cut all that shit out. Okay, put it in a lock, or if they keep them on them, then don't have them out. during teaching time. All right, just in case of an emergency. I do think the kids should have phones. Now, I'm not saying take away phones completely, because with all these school powers and stuff like that happening, you should be able to contact your parent or someone outside of the school if something happens in emergencies. Okay, yeah, so you should have a phone. You should definitely have a phone, but I don't agree that you should have them out while the teacher is teaching. That's disrespectful while they're talking. You're like this here, scrolling, texting, whatever. Someone be playing games on their phones. You just never know. Bottom line is definitely no earphones in class. These kids nowadays just really go too far. Says, imagine her parent said that she felt entitled to mace that teacher. Said that she was wrong. She was very wrong as a child. Absolutely. Some schools have cell phones shut down. They should, child. Says expel her and arrest her. Says the students was wrong. Yeah. All right, let's get one more. Says, yes, the teachers should be allowed to take the phones. Absolutely. Okay. Absolutely. I think we all pretty much on the same page. So I see a lot of twos. I agree. The teacher should be allowed to take the phone. It's respectfully if he asks you to put it away and you don't. So you macing that teacher is just like you putting your hands on that teacher. It's just like you spitting on that teacher. It's assault. I don't care how mad you are. I don't care if that's your phone. You did not follow the rules and he took your damn phone, and he has every right to do so. Just like your parent have every right to take your damn phone. Your parent have every right to go in your room and do whatever they want to do. That's their job as a parent. So hell yeah. I agree. So let's move on from this child, because this is a lot, child. This is a lot. So, ooh, child, these kids are crazy. You can't pay me to be no damn teacher. You cannot pay me to be a teacher. All right, so let's get into some Diddy news, child. We're gonna hit it and quit it with this, because Diddy is full of ish. Y'all know his trial is coming up May the 5th, so he's coming up with everything he can, child. He's throwing everything against the wall to see what sticks. And lying and carrying on. All right, he already did an apology saying that he was in his darkest place, and he's apologizing. He's sorry for what he did on the video with Cassie. And now here we go, child. Diddy says that he plans to argue that he was too drunk and high to be fully responsible for sexual assaults. Says that he seeks testimony from a doctor and a Columbia professor. Diddy, really? Do you not know they have videos of you, Diddy? They have multiple videos of you. So I don't know who is advising him. Like your legal counsel, you need to fire them and get somebody else. Because the stuff that Diddy be putting out through his attorneys, that just be the dumbest shit ever. Like, you literally gonna lose this case. For real. Like, damn. Says that Diddy's legal team is reportedly preparing to argue that his level of intoxication from being drunk and high affects his mental state during his alleged sexual assaults that he's been accused of. What about the trafficking? Were you high throughout that entire time too? Because you do have RICO, trafficking, and sexual assaults in this particular case. So what was going on with the trafficking and what was going on with the RICO situation? Okay, so I don't think that's a great defense. But let's continue. Now, according to reports, Diddy's defense will seek testimony from both a medical doctor and a Columbia University professor to support their claim that he had a mental condition due to intoxication, which could lessen his responsibility for his actions. You apologize in a video, so now all of this that you're saying clearly says that you are not sorry for what you did, that you're blaming it on the alcohol and other drugianas that you may have had in your system. So that weak ass apology that you gave after the video came out of you hitting, stomping, kicking, and punching Cassie clearly says that you didn't mean anything that you said, that you were only saying it to save your image. That's what it gives. Now, the strategy appears to be a part of a larger defense narrative portraying Diddy's behaviors as rooted in a consensual swinger lifestyle rather than criminal intent. Well, if that's the issue, then why was she running down the hallway to get away from you and said F.O. because she didn't want to do it, and you aggressively tried to pull her back into the room to make her do something she did not want to do? Obviously, she was running from you because she didn't have no fucking shoes on. She left and waited till you got in the shower and she thought she was in the clear. Obviously, if you look at the video, you could tell she was getting away from him. She kept looking back while she was running, meaning that she was afraid that you were going to pop up on her at any time. No shoes on. Let's say that again. She had no shoes on. And you came running out with a towel on. Okay? Yeah. So it says that his attorney, Mark Algafino, has argued that Diddy believed his actions were socially accepted at the time. Still a crime. Now, prosecutors, however, maintain that Diddy used violence, threats, and drugianas to coerce individuals into sexual acts, directly contradicting the defense's characterization of events. All right. Says that the trial is scheduled to begin May the 5th of 2025 in Manhattan Federal Court. As you guys know, they tried to push the trial back. The judge said no. So it will proceed on May the 5th. I will be watching, and any updates that we get from that, I will give it to you guys on this channel. Okay. Now, if convicted, Diddy faces a mandatory minimum sentence of 15 years in the prison. Okay. Of course, you know, he'll get time served because he's been locked up since early last year. All right. So Diddy has pleaded not guilty to all charges and remains in custody at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn. His legal name is also continuing to challenge the admissibility of certain evidence and testimonies ahead of trial. If you guys know, and y'all see me in the comments, I told you I'm always be in the comments. But as you guys know, and I watched the documentary, and I said, now it makes sense as to why Diddy continued to change his name. Every time he was linked to a negative, high-profile case or something negative in the press, Diddy would change his name to remove himself from said situation to where it wouldn't look that bad. So he couldn't be Sean Puffy Combs anymore because of that whole pow-powing at the club with Jennifer Lopez and Shine. So he had to change his name from that to something else. All right, so now he's trying to call himself Brother Love. Now he's trying to be Diddy. Now, y'all, Diddy's had about 50 names, and every time he has a very high-profile negative situation attached to him, he will change his name to something else. And it's no haphazard event. It's not a coincidence. He does this because Diddy is about image. This particular case is definitely going to crack in his image a lot. There's no telling what the fuck his name is going to be after this. Like, for real. Diddy is definitely about image, and he's doing everything he can to save his image, including saying that he's sorry when he's really not sorry. Obviously, anybody watching this from the outside in, looking in, can see that this definitely was a trafficking, allegedly, situation, and it was giving a RICO situation because several people, as we saw the little white guy who had the little drugiana bag, they were saying that he was the runner for Diddy. He was the person who was holding on to the drugianas for Diddy. They had the pink coquiana in there, which they said is something that Diddy used. We already know about old girl from the City Girls, who Diddy said that they said that Diddy asked her to bring the pink coquiana as well, okay, to him as well. So we know about that. Diddy has a history of being abusive. Ask Misa Hilton. Okay, where he beat her up to where she had to hide under a whole car to get away from him, where he was hitting, kicking, stumping. Same thing that we saw Cassie enduring in that video. Misa Hilton went through the very same thing. Okay, yeah. Mary J. Blige went through it. Yeah, several people. A lot of people are afraid of Diddy because he ruled with an iron fist. So now it's caught up with you, and now you want to say that you got some type of mental issues? I mean, really, nobody's in their right mind when they're on drugs. Of course not. But you are very much so aware of what you're doing. All right, child. Y'all see me in the comments? I said first TD Jake steps down as the Diddy trial gets closer. Now Diddy is out here on his new Jack City Pookie bullshit. All right. I said tap me when this is over. And I mean all of that. All right. Do that more. Lord, I'm tired. How many more do I got? Oh my God. All right, so we're making good time. We're making pretty good time. Let's breeze on through, honey. All right, let's get to the next. All right, let's get to this next topic. Lord. All right. So Alabama police officer who pow Stephen Perkins 18 times during the truck repossession is denied qualified immunity and charged with unaliving. Okay. Yeah, child. Let's get into it. All right.
You're watching News 19. We start with breaking news.
And we are leading off the 5 with new information on breaking news out of Decatur at this hour. A judge has denied the claim of self-defense from a former Decatur police officer in the shooting death of Stephen Perkins.
Now the murder case against Marquette is set to go before a jury this summer. News 19's investigative reporter Dallas Parker joining us with this major breaking development.
That's right. In the last hour, Judge Charles Elliott issued a 17-page order finding that Marquette did not prove he acted in self-defense in the shooting death of Stephen Perkins. Under Alabama law, an immunity hearing gives a defendant an opportunity to provide evidence that they were justified in using deadly force. But the defendant has the burden of proof, and Judge Elliott found today Marquette did not meet that burden. Now, Marquette's immunity hearing lasted 2 days. Witnesses included the tow truck driver who tried to repossess Perkins' truck, 2 Decatur officers on the scene that night, and an Aaliyah investigator. While the defense argued
You're watching News 19.
While the defense argued the officers were there to help the tow truck driver, prosecutors said the officers' actions led to a deadly escalation at the scene. Now, the judge's order includes a narrative of the final seconds before Marquette shot Perkins. After Perkins confronted the driver again, Marquette yelled, "Hey," and Perkins turned back toward Marquette. The light from Perkins' gun can be seen moving underneath his truck, and Marquette shouted, "Police, get on the ground." As Marquette gave the order, for the light from Perkins' gun passed over Marquette 3 times. Now, as Marquette said the word "on," Perkins' gun light moved above Marquette and raises above the roof of Perkins' home. As the word "ground" is being said, Marquette fired the first of 18 rounds. Perkins fell after 4 shots, and Marquette kept firing until he fired every single bullet in his gun. The court found from the time Marquette yelled "hey" to Marquette firing his weapon, 1.4 seconds had elapsed. This is taken from Judge Elliott's review of the evidence presented during the hearing. Now, the judge said the matter came down to 2 questions. Was Marquette acting in the scope of his employment, and were his actions consistent with what a reasonable officer would have done in his situation? Judge Elliott then wrote, Agent King has testified that if the defendant was going to Perkins' residence to assist Combs in the repossession, then he was acting outside of the scope of his employment as a law enforcement officer. However, if the officers were there to keep the peace, then these 2 questions of fact can only be answered by a jury. Now, in the ruling, the judge also rescheduled Marquette's murder trial that was set to start next week. He's moved it to June 9th. Marquette can appeal this immunity hearing ruling before his trial starts, so we will have to wait and see if they decide to pursue that appeal. Judge Elliott.
How the hell do you ask for immunity after you pow somebody 18 times? That's like over unaliving. What the hell? All right. So Alabama police officer who pow Stephen Perkins, all right, 18 times during a truck repossession is denied qualified immunity and charged with unaliving, as you should. Okay. There's a difference between pow somebody 1 time and 18. Like you really meant to take that person out 18 times. Like, damn. Now y'all know how people get acting crazy, child. Whenever somebody's trying to repossess their vehicle, because people want to be able to ride and go what they got to do, what they got to do. But understand, you don't own that car until you make that last payment and get that pink slip. All right, period. All right, the car belongs to the bank until you make that final payment and receive your pink slip for said payment. If you're not making the payments, why do you feel like you should still continue to keep said car? If you're not gonna make the payments, that's what repossession is called. They're gonna come pick your shit up. So. And I get it. People get attached. Oh, it's not your car. It's the bank's car until you pay it off. But in this situation right here, of course, they did call the police to ask for assistance in doing so, because I think they knew this said situation was going to be very hyped and it was going to be difficult in order to repossess said car. But once the police got there, they found themselves in some trouble as well in terms of powing and unaliving said person after firing 18 times. All right. So all that over a fucking car. So of course, you guys know with Trump going into office, he was saying that, hey, he's going to give immunity to all police officers. But in this situation, I don't feel this person should receive immunity. Okay. And he went in the doors. All police officers, because they're here to protect and serve. They're trying to do their jobs. So I would definitely be giving immunity to all police officers. Yeah, no, we do have some crooked police officers out there who should not be getting immunity. And in this situation, yeah, no. All right, there's a difference. All police officers should have tasers. I feel like that should be used before you even draw your weapon, okay? Because most of the time you can give them that act right with the taser. A little mace, sometimes mace, if you mace them sometime. I'm just saying, that should be the last resort unless you have to use said force. But if somebody's trying to keep you from taking their car, a little mace and a little taser, that'll slow them down a little bit until you get the shit up on the truck and peel up out of there. Okay, unless they come out with a weapon themselves. Then you, of course, have to do what you got to do. But yeah, Well, it's not your car. Somebody laughs at Sunny Day says it's not your car until you make that last payment and get that pink slip. I'm just saying. People be like, that's my car. It's not your car, girl. It's not your car. You know, they'll let you get your shit out of there, hopefully. But in this situation, that's what had happened. Let's move on, child, because I had to get through my show. I ain't gonna stay on it too long. All right, so let's get into this topic here. Hope you guys are enjoying the show. Shout out to the 744 watching. All right. So those of you that are traveling, that love to travel, let's get into this topic because y'all know I like to give you guys awareness on my show. So let's get into this because this is another awareness. Yesterday was a credit card fraud. Today is traveling and being very much so aware and cognizant of the fact that now some of these tourists tourists are reporting that their drinks are being tainted. The alcohol is being tainted. Now, a couple of years back, we heard about this happening in the DR, where a lot of people were traveling to the DR for like vacation, being on resorts or whatever. And a lot of people were being unalived by getting drinks in the DR. Y'all remember we talked about that? So they're saying beware of tainted drinks while traveling. It says that travel experts Troy Pett and Brick share some tips on how you can protect yourself. Most of the time, you don't know if a drink is tainted until you drink the shit. That's the unfortunate thing. You know, the drink look good. If you go on vacation, you're gonna get a drink. That's me. I'm not where's the bar. If I'm traveling and I'm going somewhere, nice resort, I'm kicking back. The goal is to relax. You want to relax, you want to put your feet in the water, you want to kick back, look at the pool, beach, whatever it is. You want to have a nice little drink to refresh yourself. But you don't want to get one that's tainted or have some damn poison up in there. So let's get into this.
Tourists reportedly died after drinking tainted alcohol while vacationing overseas.
It's usually in underdeveloped countries, mostly. Folks are looking to make more money. And one of the ways to do that is to dilute their alcohol, you know, take an expensive alcohol and add what they're adding to it is called methanol. It's a type of alcohol. It smells very similar, looks very similar, but the problem is about 2 ounces will kill you. A quarter of an ounce can make you go blind.
So what does that look like in terms of protecting yourself? I mean, how do you do that?
Well, you know, one of the things, and this is interesting, is don't drink while you're on vacation. And a lot of people are doing that now. But watch your drink being made. Look at the label. Does the bottle look right? Does it look like the same color that you're normally seeing? Those sort of things. So pay attention to that. And then in your mini bar, make sure nothing's been pre-opened. You know, that's another area.
You don't want it tampered with at all.
No tampering, no weird labels.
Also to use your better judgment.
Absolutely.
If it doesn't look right, smell right, trust that.
I always say, don't get vacation brain.
Yeah, you got it. You got it. Several tourists reportedly died after drinking.
Is that even legal? Does the CDC legalize that, where they can put that in your drink for it to have that type of effect on somebody, where they can go blind and brain damage and all this other shit just to get a drink? So why are they putting it in there? Is it for you to feel a little tipsy before you do that? Because you know, most of these places you go into these resorts, they hike the damn price up on these drinks in the first damn place. For like a nice little Long Island iced tea might run you $15 or so. I mean, damn. But then you don't put some ish in there that's gonna wind up unaliving me or having me in the damn hospital or have me run around here crazy like Diddy with some brain damage. Child, let's play one more time for the people in the bike.
Tainted alcohol while vacationing overseas.
It's usually in underdeveloped countries, mostly. Folks are looking to make more money. And one of the ways to do that is to dilute their alcohol, you know, take an expensive alcohol and add what they're adding to it is called methanol. It's a type of alcohol. It smells very similar, looks very similar, but the problem is about 2 ounces will kill you. A quarter of an ounce can make you go blind.
So what does that look like in terms of protecting yourself? I mean, how do you do that?
Well, you know, one of the things, and this is interesting, is don't drink while you're on vacation. And a lot of people are doing that now. But watch your drink being made. Look at the label. Does the bottle look right? Does it look like the same color that you're normally seeing? Those sort of things. So pay attention to that. And then in your mini bar, make sure nothing's been pre-opened. You know, that's another area.
You don't want it tampered with at all.
No tampering, no weird labels.
Also to use your better judgment.
Absolutely.
If it doesn't look right, smell right, trust that.
I always say, don't get vacation brain.
Yeah, you got it. You got several.
So this person here says that their brother consumed a drink in Mexico at some type of resort and they passed away in January. So these are things that's happening overseas in these other, you know, countries or whatever, and these other places that you go for vacations, resorts. It sounds like resorts are doing this. So to tell somebody not to drink on vacation is hell no. Okay, if I go on vacation, I'm turning up. I'm drinking. That's the goal. I'm kicking them back. Yes, honey, pour me a drink. I need a drink. All right, I'm going to be at the bar. Yes, we will. So telling me not to get a drink, no, but tell me where the hell not to go to get said drink that got that shit in it is a plus. All right, because we definitely gonna drink on vacation. But that's crazy. Definitely be careful, because like I said, when we talked about this a couple years back with over there in the DR, honey, people were dropping like flies. Like every time you turn around and turn on the damn news, somebody was passing away from a damn drink in the DR. It was something they had in their alcohol. It was something they were putting in the drinks there, where people, like this one lady, they found her in her room. She went over there, I think it was Cozumel, Mexico, and they found her still like in the bed in her room. They were like, what the hell? So they got to digging and found out that it was something that she consumed alcohol-wise, okay? Alcohol, some type of alcohol poisoning or something that was put into her drink. So you guys definitely would, like I said, the weather is getting warm. People are getting ready to start traveling and going places. Make sure you do your homework, and we keep talking about it. Make sure you do your homework, check up on it, look at reviews and all of that, honey. See what the people are saying about these places that you're going. Make sure you're not going to a place where they're doing this to drinks, all right? Because, hey, they said if you get more than 2 ounces, it could be brain damaging and blind. You don't want to come back from vacation blind on this shit here on your Stevie Wonder child over a damn drink. You know, had a Bahama mama and your ass can't even see the drink because you done buy whatever the shit is they put in your drink. So definitely be careful on that, because they out here on some other stuff, child. I ain't never seen this before. I ain't never seen no mess like this before. All right. So do I want to entertain it? Yeah, I'm gonna skip that. We're gonna spend the block on that, child. Because I don't care about that shit no more. Golly. All right. Anybody watch the movie Sinners yet? Have you guys watched it yet? I'm hearing that it's doing well in the box office. I have not seen it yet. I hear it's kind of scary. I like some scary movies, but I don't like the ones that deal with the satanic type stuff. I don't do those. We don't do the satanic movies. Okay, I stay far away from those, honey, because those spirits travel up out of that screen. No God. Okay, I don't fool with it. But shout out to Ryan Coogler. Okay, shout out to Ryan Coogler, because he makes some very good movies. All right. He's pretty much that dude right now. All right, he put his Black Panther out. Y'all know he's the person that's behind the Black Panthers out here. Okay, the movies. So shout out to him for that. But Ryan Coogler, honey, says that he doesn't understand why his Sinners ownership deal with Warner Brothers is gaining so much attention, despite it not being the first of its kind. He says that I have my guesses. He says, but I'd rather not say. Anybody watch the movie yet? Somebody said yes. Can y'all give us an update in terms of how the movie was? Okay, was it satanic type stuff? Like, what was it? Give me an update, because I might go catch it this weekend. If it's not, they said it's so good. Is it like satanic type stuff? Just vampire? Okay, see that vampires I can do, but they say that satanic stuff, child, where they be putting the oil on people and trying to cast out demons. I don't fool with them. No, child, no. All right, so let's get into what Ryan Coogler has to say.
Talk about what you negotiated in making Sinners, the arrangement you had with Warner Brothers. The New York Times reports Warner Brothers agreed to spend $90 million to make Sinners and agreed to give you a cut of gross ticket sales, now rare arrangement known as first dollar gross, meaning before they recoup their costs, you're getting money as well. Warner also agreed, and this is absolutely key, to relinquish its ownership of the film to you after 25 years. The Times reports, quote, some rival film companies were horrified that Warner Brothers would give a film away even after a period of time. Talk about these key components of your contract and why this was so critical for you, Ryan Coogler.
That's a great question. I mean, what I will do is I'll maybe add some context that maybe those articles didn't add. I'm not the first filmmaker to get any of these deals, and Warner Brothers is not the first studio to provide these deals to a filmmaker. So like I think that a lot has been made of my deal in particular. I'm not totally sure why. I have my guesses. But I've been in the industry long enough to know what kind of deals are possible, and nothing about this deal is a new thing.
What's your guesses, Ryan?
It is not a I'd rather not say. but
that means it's nice. When they say I'd rather not say what my cut is, that means it's a nice little cut. All right, so this is, as you know, Ryan Coogler's original film Sinners has been a box office hit despite it being on the second week of its release. It said recently news dropped that Coogler made an agreement with Warner Brothers stating that the studio would provide him $90 million to make the film and give him first dollar gross. That's pretty good, meaning a cut of the ticket sales as well as complete ownership of the film in 25 years. Come on now. Says that other film companies were reportedly horrified that Warner Brothers, okay, or that they would make this type of ownership deal with Coogler. Why? Because he's black. I'm pretty sure this is not the first time they've ever done that. It's just that they did it with him because he's a black filmmaker. Okay, so Coogler, honey, is speaking out on the uproar of his deal that has caused, saying that he's confused on why, due to this deal not being the first of its kind. It says the other prominent directors, including Quentin Tarantino and Christopher Nolan, have made similar deals. See, they white, but ain't nobody said shit about that. But all of a sudden now they're making a big deal because it's him. But of course, they're of a different demographic, of course. Okay. All right, so it says I'll maybe add some extra content that maybe those articles didn't add. He says that I'm not the first filmmaker to get any of these deals, of course, and Warner Brothers is not the first studio to provide these deals with or to a filmmaker. He says that I think that a lot has been made of my deal in particular. He says that I'm not totally sure why. We do know why. Says that I have my guesses, but I've been in the industry long enough to know what deals are possible, and nothing about this deal is a new thing. Okay, so we already know what it is. He's a very successful black filmmaker in Hollywood, and of course, you know, they don't want to see this right here making the same as this sometimes. So a lot of times they will make a big deal when they know that somebody up and coming like him is getting pretty much the same amount of money that they're getting as white filmmakers and producers or whatever in the industry. Quentin Tarantino and Christopher Nolan, they've been directors and doing this for quite some time. So Ryan Coogler come in here, child, and make box office hits like what's the movie, child? Damn, what's the movie? I'm so tired, y'all. I'm sorry, my brain is about to blow up. Shit. Anyway, Black Panther, child. Black Panther. So he come in to make movies like Black Panther. Black Panther is getting ready to come out with another movie, Black Panther. This one's going to be with his son. I've been reading up on that because I'm waiting. Y'all know I'm a huge Marvel fan. So yeah, Black Panther is coming back again. And the first one did very, very well. They also had the second one, which did well as well. So you already know when they showed on the second one at the end that his son, that he had a son. So they're saying that his son coming up in the next Black Panther will be the Black Panther. So he's taking over his father's mentor to be the next Black Panther. So that's what's going to happen in the next one. Not to spoil it for anyone, but I'm a huge Marvel fan, so I read up on stuff and I try to stay up on what's going on and what's going to be happening in the next movie. So Black Panther, I think, is coming up later this year, I want to say. I need to go back and check my sources. I don't want to tell you wrong, but it's said to be very, very good. And his son, Black Panther's son, will be taking over being the Black Panther. All right. So I'm gonna have to read up on these reviews and stuff with Sinners, child, and see what it's giving, because I don't want to be in the movie theater like, oh my God, child. I don't want to be sitting there with my Bible open to the red pages in there, child, praying with my good old praying oil in there, child. I don't want to be in there doing that. But let's continue, child. All right, so this is our last and final topic. Thank you guys all for being here. All right, so some Love and Marriage Huntsville information. All right, so Tisha and Marsau, of course, y'all know the new season. They're saying it's supposed to be coming back. Nobody knows because nobody's heard any dates or anything like that. But they're saying that Martel and Marsau may be still into it, you guys. Y'all remember the season ended with Marsau and Martel having some words, with Martel feeling away, where Marsau said, hey, I took your spot, or something to that effect. Martel is still upset because Melody divorced him, which then knocked him off the totem pole as being that guy on Love and Marriage Huntsville. So since he's not done that, he's trying to recreate that with Ariana. I'm hearing that Ariana may be making some appearances on Love and Marriage Huntsville for the next season, and Martel is trying to recreate what he and Melody had on the show with Ariane, which I don't see that shit happening. Martel is also trying to restart his wine business, the incest wine. He's trying to find a cheaper distributor to run his wine. That's why he had to stop it before, because he could not pay the distributor. So they're saying that he, trying to beef up his notoriety, his money, his storyline in terms of getting this damn incest wine back out there, and he's looking for a cheaper distributor to carry it. All right, so they're saying that rumor is that Martel, like I said, will be using Ariane to maybe try to dethrone Tisha and Marsau with exposing their marital woes. Now, y'all remember when Tisha and Marsau went live on, I want to say Tisha's Instagram, where they were talking about the show. What do you guys want to see? People were saying they want Wanda back on the show. Tisha did kind of hint at the fact that she and Marsau have been having some marital issues, and that this season they were going to be going to therapy. But Marsau was like, I don't think the show is going to show that, because they want all the juicy stuff. Well, Ariane has made it very much so clear that she is ready to expose them. She's tired of them talking about her and using her as their storyline when she's not on the show. But word on the curb is that Tisha and Marsau are dealing with some very serious marital issues, but they're hiding it in order to be the number ones on the show. They wanted to be bumped up to be what Melody and Martel were on Love and Marriage Huntsville, because y'all know Mel and Martel, they were that couple. They were the it couple, okay? So if you guys see with Tisha, she's starting to do a lot of events. She's getting out of the house from being a stay-at-home mom. She started a YouTube channel. She's focusing more on her T-Squad. She's trying to get Marsau into doing some things. So it will look like they have that same dynamic as Melody and Martel. But of course, you guys know that they are having some money issues. We reported right here on my channel that they are due to the tune of almost $50,000 for a lien on Bedrock, aka their property where they're supposed to be building their 3-story home. All right, but that issue is causing a wedge between them and their relationship. But as you guys can see on my screen right here, Tisha put up like over a week or so ago where they had like another event that they had going on. She of course was seeing everybody talking about it. It's called the Southern Cup, something that they had going on. So she is stepping out more so now so that she and Marsau can look like they're this happy couple, that they're just so in love and love and love and love. But word on the street is that they are having some issues and they could be separated at this point in time. That's what's been told to me. All right. But they both want to have the top spot on Love and Marriage Huntsville. Like I said, since Melody left the show, of course, with Melody leaving the show, everybody's storyline has been effed up out here, because they've been able to connect into her with what's been going on with them in order to recreate their storylines as well. All right. But again, like I said, Tisha and Marsau, they have been trying to get this top spot ever since they've been on the show. They've been sitting back watching Mel and Martel ever since they've been on this show, because they know that Mel and Martel were the it couple. So now they're trying to recreate that. Tisha, like I said, she's more so focusing on doing these little infomercials, trying to say, hey, call us, Show Realty, I'm, my business, call us, blah, blah, blah. What she's trying to do. She's trying to do like little infomercials, kind of like how Melody's doing. I showed you guys the other day how she's trying to incorporate her kids into her business, like Melody is doing with the 4-piece nuggets as well. Tisha sitting in the bed, child, with a full glam of makeup, like I showed you guys yesterday, where she said, oh, the kids are really getting on my nerves. Y'all know that's how Melody do. She always incorporates her children. So Tisha, I feel like, is taking some notes in terms of what Melody is doing in terms of trying to grow her platform, to grow her platform and to grow her fan base. Okay. All right. So, of course, Tisha is back to business. She's doing all these events like Melody was doing to appear likable, because you guys got to appear likable in order to gain a fan base. So this is why Tisha is doing all of these things, the business things. So they initially said they were never going to talk about what they do in business. Marsau said that. They're never going to talk about what they do off the show in terms of building, what the show is doing, da-da-da-da-da. But this season, they're saying they're going to show more of what they do, all right? Tisha showing mommy duties, something that she's really never done, okay? Something she's never really done. So now, Martel, of course, as you guys may know, he misses the spotlight of being beside Melody, because he was able to get his shine by being plugged into Melody. This season, Melody's not there. So a lot of people are saying, what is Martel's storyline going to be? Y'all know he said in the Tasha K interview that he wanted to show his real life. Well, his real life is being around Ariane, taking care of Ariane. He pays all of her bills, and everything she has going on comes from him from his Love and Marriage Huntsville checks or any other money that he gets from where we don't know, because according to what we know, they said that he's broke. All right, but Martel does miss the spotlight, and he's said to be using Ariane this season to come to kind of interrupt and disrupt things on camera with Tisha and Marsau. Now, y'all know that Ariane's been trying to get on the show for quite some time, but of course, you know, the cast have not wanted her to be on the show because she knows too much of their business. She knows about Tisha and Marsau's marriage and what they've dealt with and the infidelities and all of that. Ariane's made subliminals. Of course, y'all know about the interview with Shan between Ariane and Martel, where they put out there about threesomes going on with this said individual with Marsau, and also with Maurice was mentioned as well. But they're saying that this season that Martel was going to be on his get back with Ariane, trying to expose some things with Tisha and Marsau's marriage, because he's still bitter that he's unable to have his own marriage with Melody, and it also knocked him down a few notches to where Tisha and Marsau are still married and still trying to come for that top spot on the show. Okay. So they're saying word on the street is that Tisha and Marsau are pretending that things are great between them. As you guys can see, Tisha put this post up saying that I'm loving this stage of us 20 years in, and we still, hashtag still, not perfect, but worth it. Okay. Hashtag the Scotts, hashtag Marsau Scott, hashtag Letitia Scott, hashtag Love and Marriage Huntsville. Of course, they're at their Southern Cup situationship. All right. Now, we do know during last season, it was said that they were also separated. I showed you guys that. I told you guys different points in the season where it appeared that Tisha and Marsau were separated. We'll give it Destiny's Big D Energy event that they had, where Tisha arrived there first in a separate car. Marsau then arrived later on. Tisha was very, very happy to see Marsau. She jumped up on him like she hadn't seen him in a few days or so. A lot of people it was rumored that the two of them were separated during that time. Marsau, like I said, with him being so fixated on being the top dog on the show, he definitely is trying to keep Martel down. Now, I thought about it. I said to myself, could it be that because I know Melody said that Martel never did any type of cheating or stepping out of the marriage until he started hanging around with the Scott brothers? Could it be that Marsau pretty much introduced his ways to Martel in terms of stepping out on Melody as a distraction to kind of get him to where he is right now, so that he and Tisha could kind of overstep what Mel and Martel had going on the show, because they were the fan favorite. People loved them in regards to their, despite their issues of their marital woes, of Martel stepping out, allegedly having a baby on the side, which we know now to be true. Everybody saw it for Mel and Martel, even though we didn't like Martel like that because he was very anal and he's very arrogant and he was feeling himself. But we still like the dynamic of the two of them being together once we saw them on the show, seasons 1, maybe through 3. After that, it started falling off because Martel became a total asshole. All right. Let's go ahead and play this clip. And I pulled this so that you guys can get a better understanding of what I'm saying. All right. We're not going to stay on this too long because I'm ready to go. And I've got something that I got to do here in a few seconds. All right. So shout out to All right. I hope I don't have to edit this out, but if we do, so what? Because we can do it. All right. So I'll be stopping it periodically to give commentary in between, as I always do. Let's get into it. This is the scene where Martel and Marsau were at Destiny's event, and they sat down to Marsau pretty much let Martel know that, hey, I'm taking your spot. It must suck for you to not still have your marriage. I still got mine, and I'm coming for your spot. It bothered Martel because Martel really doesn't have anything going on. The cast, they really not fooling with Martel like that. His only alliance on the show right now, from what I hear, is who is the child? Is Destiny. Okay. Destiny has been confirmed to come back for the next season as well. I'm not sure what the hell she's gonna be talking about because she don't have shit going on but court. Okay. So let's get into this.
You realize the gravity of your words. These things actually affect our marriage. I
think it only affects your marriage if you wanted to.
No.
If you would have stopped some of the things that, when I was going through my stuff or whatever, Tisha and Melody going at it. But
why did me and Melody go at it?
I don't know.
Because you was feeding her stuff on my husband.
Like what?
Whatever it was.
No, I'm saying like what? I don't understand.
Okay, so let's stop it there. Tisha and Melody was going at it because Tisha decided to step out and whenever she and Melody went to go and sit down and have like a little brunch, y'all remember where Tisha brought up the whole Melody, if you know something about infidelity on Marsau's part, can you tell me? And Melody said it's not my place to tell you that. So Tisha then retreated with retaliating to Melody in terms of saying, well, don't worry about it because it's your husband that's out here buying a woman a BMW, his side piece, his baby mama, a BMW. Now, I told you guys that was something that was not supposed to be brought to the show. It was agreed upon by the cast that they would not speak on the fact that Melody and Martel were separated during the time that the show came on the scene back in 2018, 2019. So all the cast knew that Mel and Martel were having marital issues, but they agreed that they would not speak on that. But Tisha used that. That's why Melody looked surprised, like, excuse me, we weren't supposed to be speaking about this. But Tisha used that and held on to it as her get back to make Melody look a certain type of way, because Melody would not tell her about certain infidelities that Marsau had going on. And word on the street is Tisha already knows that Marsau steps out. Tisha already knows that there's some things going on and knew that Marsau was doing things, but she doesn't like when other people know about it because she doesn't like to explain the infidelities. It's embarrassing to her because she's been able to pride herself on having this long marriage to Marsau, and she's been married the longest. So she wants other people to think that she has a perfect marriage. Let's get into what Martel has to say.
Go back. Okay. I'm sorry.
A lot of times. Now, of course, anytime you see Tisha kind of trying to speak up and go at Martel, notice that Marsau will always stop her because Martel knows where the bones are buried. And Marsau knows that Martel, when he gets upset, he is a talker, like a female. So if you ever piss Martel off and you ever slip up and say something that he don't like or want to hear, he is going to explode and tell everything, at which that's why Marsau keeps telling Tisha to be quiet. Let's go.
Tisha hears things about Marsau, she probably already know. She just don't want you to know. Because then the more people know, the more she might have to do something about it. Almost how Melody had to do, you know?
Y'all hear that? So he's saying that the fact that Tisha already knows all the things that go on infidelity-wise with Marsau, even though she said, no, I never had no infidelity in my marriage. I never had no infidelity in my marriage. She's always had infidelity, but she's never wanted to speak about that and didn't want that brought to the forefront, which is why Marsau told Carlos King and production the beginning of the season and the beginning of when the show came out that he was never going to speak on infidelities. And if they talked about that, he was leaving the show. There's so much shit going on behind the scenes. And I feel like Marsau slipped up and put Martel, who is a talker, who tells every damn thing, in the mix and introduced him to the shit that he was doing as well. So now let's get into it.
That's why I try to keep whatever Marsau and I done in the past with women and places we've gone, things we've done, people we shared.
Now let's go back to the interview that Martel did with Ariane and Shan, because when the question was asked, did Martel participate in said threesome with Shan? Martel was adamant about no, he did not. So if y'all shared women, why did you not share Shan? Because back then Shan was that bitch. Shan was a very beautiful girl. Shan is the type of woman that Martel would definitely go for. So why is it? Because Martel would always say that he would go in first and that the Scott brothers would go in behind him. So what's to say that Martel did not bang Shan down? Because he was very, I ain't never do that. I ain't never sleep with her. I feel like he said that because Ariane was sitting there. But do I feel like they shared women? It's possible.
Him after me, though, of course. I try to keep it back there somewhere. And he, like a fool, wants to keep pushing my buttons. And I think that he wants it out there. He wants Tisha to go through things and to make a decision. I think he don't want to be married anymore.
Y'all hear that? Martel says that he thinks that Tisha, that Marsau wants Tisha to know about the things that he does because he doesn't want to be married anymore. And he's not going to stop doing what he's doing because he's very comfortable where he is. Tisha pretty much takes care of him. All of the businesses are in Tisha's name. The loans that they take out be in Tisha's name. So Marsau has become very accustomed to and comfortable with the lifestyle that Tisha has been able to provide for him because she has the credit. She is the one that's the driving force and pushing everything that's going on between the two of them. I feel like the two of them are in so much debt that they really can't be apart. You see how Melody had to file for bankruptcy when she and Martel got divorced? She had to get that debt up off her because Martel had so much shit going on. And I feel like that's the same situation that's going on between Marsau and Tisha. They have a lot of debt going on between the two of them with all the loans that continue to be taken out and all the liens that are going on their properties.
I feel that you should, you know, I've said it before, you know, tread lightly. You know that Martel, we've done. It just makes me feel that you don't care about your marriage.
No, Martel, we don't care about your words. So feel free.
Now, anytime Tisha is nervous, this is the action that you're going to see from Tisha. This is what. Notice the hand on the knee. That's him telling her, be quiet. I got this. Don't you say anything, because I know how to finesse Martel into whatever conversation I need to finesse him into to shut him down. But if you say anything, it's going to make him fly off, because Martel knows a lot about Tisha. Marsau doesn't want Tisha to be embarrassed on national television. So, hey, he's going to tell her with the hand on the leg. That's him telling her. And she knows, because he's trained her to be quiet when two men are speaking. He's trained her what to do and what not to do, okay? Kind of like a child a little bit.
For what? Because you think that you have something that can damage my marriage.
Oh, no, I don't care if it damages your marriage or not.
Please try.
If it ain't even about trying.
I'm begging you.
So for him to say that in front of Tisha, it lets everyone know that no matter what Marsau does, Tisha is not going anywhere. It don't matter if she walk in on him and somebody's ass is in the air. She ain't going nowhere. He will leave her before she leave him. That's a fact. Marsau will leave Tisha before Tisha will leave Marsau. I think that Tisha will lose her damn mind if Marsau leaves her. I really think that.
Time and time again.
My thing is to hush. I'm not going to hush. I'm not going to tread lightly.
You just let me know.
Right.
You let everybody know how slow your wife is,
There
bro.
we go.
You letting everybody know how slow she is.
See the hand on the leg? She knows not to open her mouth. Facial expression, she want to blurt it out so bad and say something, but she's trained. You see that hand right here? That means shut your mother effing mouth. Don't you say one word. She know.
And you should be embarrassed. You should be embarrassed. You should be embarrassed.
I know. I'm not going to say anything. I know.
You are horrible for even putting your wife in this situation, bro.
What trying to do? Martel is trying to bait Tisha into saying something smart so he can blurt out what he knows about her, because he's already said on the other scene that Tisha is very nasty, that Tisha really gets down and do some very nasty, egregious things that he's seen. Martel said that he's seen. He was hiding in a room when Tisha was doing something very nasty. Remember, he said that. Now, not that we believe everything Martel has to say, but I read body language very well.
It's so sad that you even accepting him talking like this, Tisha.
I know.
This is so sad.
He ain't saying nothing.
He doesn't understand what inseparable is.
It's okay. I definitely say that.
He said my wife was slow.
He wish he had one like me. He wish he.
Tisha said, "You wish you had one like me." No.
Every man wish he had one like you, Tisha. A man can do whatever they want to, and the woman would accept that. Maybe that's the Marsau there.
Hey,
Tisha said she's unfuckwittable.
It's okay.
I'm about to go use the restroom.
Now, this is the telltale sign. This is what Tisha does when she's in the hot seat, okay? Now, we've never seen any type of affection between the two of them. So notice that this particular episode is the two of them beefing up this whole image of this happy married couple. We never see the two of them hug, kiss, no type of nothing, hold hands, nothing. Marsau always looks like he's irritated when Tisha walks in the room. So it's weird to see the two of them in this moment right here that we just froze on our screen. All right. Notice anytime Tisha gets into a very hot spot, it's I'm going to the bathroom, or I'm leaving, or I'm Martel is very much so getting to Tisha to where she has to leave the situation.
Hey, bravo! Hey, that's great to have a good wife like that. I've been telling you just to chill out. Don't say nothing. I won't say.
How'd that work out for you?
So he's upset, of course, because Martel ran Tisha off, because Tisha knows what's coming next. When Martel starts to get hyped like that, he's getting ready to say some shit that nobody is supposed to hear. Because these two right here have done some real dirt that the only people that need to know about it is these two right here. Martel knows about it, and he knows as well. So Marsau is like really trying to talk him off the ledge in terms of trying to throw him under the bus. Let's get into it.
You sound pathetic.
No, you make your wife look pathetic.
You making your wife look?
No, I don't have one. Bro, it's okay. You know how Tisha does. I'm gonna go soon. It's okay.
You can storm off. But guess what?
I'm not gonna storm off.
Guess what?
Look, it's okay.
I'm simply better than you. Understand that, bro. In every aspect of your life.
I'm simply better than you in every aspect of your life, meaning I still got my wife. My wife is never going to leave me like your wife did. And now, since your wife left, I'm getting ready to take your spot as the number one honcho on this show. Okay, that's been their plan the entire time. This is why Marsau has been on Melody's ass like he's been every time you turn around. He told Melody everything you're trying to do not sticking. Clearly, everything that she's done is doing well. She's selling out of everything. She's doing well. She pretty much had him out here getting t-shirts. She told her, "Oh, you out here getting t-shirts." And every time you see him, he got on a black t-shirt. So you're really sitting back watching her, and all the things that you're saying is not sticking is definitely sticking because you're emulating that. You went out here and got the Mars soldiers after Melody had the millimeters, okay? Even Wanda got the Wanda meters. Now Tisha has the T-Squad. Like they're really sitting back watching, and they're plotting and waiting to move themselves up into a spot that they've always been sitting back watching this entire time. Kimmy has always been jealous of Melody as well. So now that Melody is out of the way and off the show, Tisha has stepped up and said, "Hey, this is my playground now. Me and Marsau, even though we are having marital issues and we're separated, we're going to appear to be the most happiest couple that we're going to be. And we want to show everybody that the same thing that Melody and Martel did on the show, that we're going to do it the same way." They're trying to get their business acumen up. They're trying to get their fan base up. They're trying to become and appear to be more family oriented.
You got a wife that accept anything
in every
and all that kind of stuff.
In every aspect of your life.
Okay, bro.
Guess what?
Enjoy. It's okay.
The actual proof that Martel may feel inferior to me is the fact that he continues to try to compare himself to me. Martel once considered himself on top of the world. And since he failed, in his eyes, he looks up at me and wants to bring me down. And I think that comparison is what fuels a lot of his anger, to say, hey, I know I failed, but he should fall too.
Y'all hear that? Martel is upset. Martel, I think that's what Martel's, the most of his anger is towards Melody, is that you left me, which then embarrassed me. And now the Scotts are getting ready to take our spot, which then is a slap on my face, because now that Melody left the show, that's really going to piss him off. That's really going to piss him off. Because he's been able to hide behind the fact that even though he and Mel aren't in a great space, he's still been able to eat off of her. So now that she's gone from the show, he's really got to show and prove. Like, what are you bringing to the show? We don't care anymore. We don't really care anymore. But this has been Marsau and Tisha's plan the entire time to dethrone Mel and Martel on this damn show. Okay? Martel is bitter. He's bitter at Melody, like I said, for leaving him, because it opened the door for the Scotts to embarrass him by being the most seen, or the best seen couple on the show since Melody decided to leave him and divorce him. That's what's going on here, for those of you that don't know. So next season, that's what it's going to be given. Marsau and Tisha stepping up into the space where they felt that Mel and Martel were. They're trying to be the it couple. They're trying to be the bosses on this show now. They're making it appear that they are doing so well with their companies and all of these other things that's going on. They're trying to expand their business, kind of how Mel and Martel were doing. Y'all know Scott, what is it? Not show, but Melody and Martel's business was a $1 million business. Okay, Holt and Holt was $1 million business prior to them even being on the show, and then they branched out into helping them get Scope, which was derived from Holt, as you guys may know. All right, but Martel definitely is missing the fame of all of this. He's also missing the attention that he was able to get from being in this situation with Melody, and he's spiraling. He is definitely spiraling, and it's bothering him that now the same person who he was able to, like Marsau say, look down at and say, "Hey, I'm up here, you're down there. This is me and Melody's show. You guys work for us," pretty much, kind of, sort of, because they did pitch the show. So it's a slap in the face to Martel, because he feels that, hey, me and my wife pitched this show, and now you and Tisha are coming in to take over, and now I feel like I have to be under you because I have no one. So he's holding on to Ariane, I feel like, just for clout and attention and for a check, because any money that she gets, I feel like he's going to take it because he feel like he helped her make it. But yeah, that's what it's giving. All right. So we don't need to play any more of that. You guys can put what y'all think. All right. So what do y'all think about Tisha and Marsau? Do y'all think that they are going to be able to be the it couple, that they can carry the show in that regard? Do you guys think that they can be the next Mel and Martel? Because that's what it's giving. That's what they're saying is going to be happening for the next season coming up, if the season actually comes out. Because, like I said, we've not heard of any dates or any promos as far as the show coming back or when. All right. But that's it, and that's all, guys, for this show. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please don't forget to hit the like button. Thank you guys so much. Shout out for the 826 watching. All right. Bill Wilson, KBR Tyra, and Scorpio Miss. Thank you so much. As well as Rose Armstead and Truth TV Podcast. Thank y'all so much for modding for my chat. It's a lot of people in here, and we know why. You see what the thumbnail is, and anytime you know that we're talking about Love and Marriage Huntsville and those people, it's definitely going to be a crowd. So thank y'all for being here. Shout out to Girl What's the Tea. Thanks for being here. All right. Thank you so much, Truth TV Podcast. Sunny Days. Thanks for being here. Purple Unicorn. Thank you, Messy Hoes ATL, Boss Lady Brand, Girlfriend Chronicles, Love Seeing Her. Do we have any more? I already said Sunny Days. Do we have any more content creators in the building? Mods, please let me know before we get out of here. I don't want to miss nobody. Y'all let me know before we get out of here. Going once, going twice. Mods, let me know. Do we have any more? They say they can't carry the show. That's a heavy crown to carry. I'm telling you, it's a heavy crown to wear. Purple Unicorn, I see you in the building. Thanks for being here, love. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being here. All right, so let's move on out of here, honey. Please don't forget to like the video, share the video, and subscribe if you've not done so. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Come on over to the Camille Rail Show and subscribe to the channel. All right, we'd love to have you. If nothing else, honey, let's go.
When you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go, go, go.